I know that we're not the serious guys. And typically we don't get serious, but we are for a split second. And yeah, we're going to do the show, but there's something that's been on everybody's minds, and I know it has been.
Yeah.
And our country and everybody is hurting right now. And we've actually had some listeners that have reached out to us and said, like, are you guys going to say anything about what's happening within the world right now, within our nation, what's happening to, black people, black men? Are you guys going to address that?
Yeah. And normally, we've always tried to stay away from politics and things like serious topics and stuff, just because we felt like our job was best suited just to try to make people laugh, to make people forget about bad stuff.
Oh, yeah. But I know
we also feel compelled to at least address it and tell you guys that we're horribly saddened by what happened, and we're with you.
Yeah, and I look at it like this. It's for two guys that talk for a living, you would think that we'd know what to say. But when our perspective is so small, the best thing that we can do right now, and I know we've talked about this all week, like, what are we going to say? What can we say? This is what we're doing. We're listening. Yeah. Black Lives Matter. We're listening to you. We see you.
Yeah.
We've got listeners and friends. We are so lucky to be in a position where we have, we're in our broadcasting career, where you and I came from, we came from a place where there weren't a lot of ladies and there weren't a lot of people of color that listened to the show. And now we're in a position where we have people of color that listen to our show, black people, brown people,
everybody,
women, everybody. When we set this table, and I got this from your wife. And
I'm proud of our listener group because it's so diverse, and it's everybody that listens to our show, and 100%. I like that. And
what we've always wanted, but what we're seeing right now, this is not good, and we can't sit here and act as if we can do better. Everybody can do better.
Yeah.
Our listeners can do better. So I stole this from your wife, and I have to say it. Every Thanksgiving, and it gets me emotional. Every Thanksgiving, she puts out a post. Crystal Van. She says, "If you don't have a place to go for Thanksgiving, I open my table to you." And she does that because she's just a fucking great person.
Yeah.
But even beyond that, like the scope of this show, when we set this table every Friday. And we come here, you and I, and we go, hey, we're going to do some jokes and we're going to have some fun. It's for everybody.
Yeah.
We set our table for everybody. It's not just for white guys. It's not just for it's not just for guys. It's for fucking everybody.
Yeah. And that's why we always wanted it.
And we will always be that way.
Yeah. And but I am, and just if someone wants my take on it, I am optimistic that there will be change and things will get better, and this is probably another piece of that.
Well, these
change
things have to happen
because not to steal from Dave Chappelle, but like one of his comedy specials when he was talking about Emmett Till, and he was like, "Man, it's like the world's like we can do better than this," and it's sad that was so long ago, and there's still it's 2020 and this is still happening. But I see the world saying we could do better than this, and so that makes me
young people saying that.
That makes me optimistic that there will be reform and change, and obviously there needs to be, and I don't listen. It's super complicated, so I can't tell you.
We're not those guys.
Fix it. Yeah,
we're not those guys.
But I at least feel hopeful that there will be change, and the world wants it. You know, because I see
it's
it,
time.
and everybody feels that way, and it's like this can't happen. We got to do better than this.
It's long overdue. So we're gonna have some fun today.
You have to get bad people out of the justice system and stuff like that, and and hopefully this will start. With that change. And anyway, it's hard for me and Daniel to get serious because we've just never been those guys.
Well, what's funny for me is when I do get serious, I have a tendency to get overly emotional and very sad. And this is a sad thing.
Yeah.
And we're going to have fun today. We are, I promise. But it was on our minds, and we just had to say something to you guys. So for all of you that listen, we can do better. And Black Lives Matter, you guys, everybody that listens, we're hearing you.
Yeah.
We're educating ourselves.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to do better.
Yeah. And I hope that, me and Daniel's always just, we want people to have good lives, and, we want the world to be a better place, and everybody to bad things are happening now, but, and that's why it goes back to, we try to just make people laugh and try to make people, forget about, all this stuff just for a couple hours a day. And that's always been kind of our mission statement to do that. But with all that being said, me and Daniel felt compelled to to talk about it a little bit and
100%.
just let everybody know that we hear you, and we hope that everybody's safe out there, and we hope that we can get to a place where this shit doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Show number 574.
It's show number 574, Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
I love your Walk the Beer shirt.
Thank you.
I don't even know when we put that out.
That was around, I want to say OLE time.
2016 then, right?
Seems about right.
No,
16,
you know
17?
what? That was the Sanford Wayne Dench Theater we sold those at, right? Or no?
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Absolutely don't know. But hey, Butler is here. Hey, Butler.
How you doing?
I'm doing damn fine. Butler's got something new for us to sip on. We'll be doing the toast, but we're not doing Calalisa Creek today. We are doing, what are we doing today? We're doing Shark Bite?
Shark Bite Cinnamon Whiskey.
Yeah, we'll be doing that. But hey,
Cinnamon.
welcome to the show, everybody. We're glad you're here. To those of you joining us live on Twitch right now, hi. And we're glad to have you. Twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live is where you find live video. If you want to watch the replays, just search the old YouTubes for Tom and Dan Live.
Eric the Merchman did confirm it was an OLE.
Yeah.
Eric's been with us that long?
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah. That's,
Who are you?
We had our meeting.
What do you do? I don't. It's weird that I don't know any of this.
Our first meeting with Eric was at your the
Yes.
studio number 2 at your house,
And he impressed me with his branding. In fact, the reason he sealed the deal of working with us was some of the old Butler razzle-dazzle Photoshop. Eric had this really good, kind of a one sheet of what he does and who he is, and he made it look all nice. And I just looked at it and I was like, oh, it looks nice. He's the guy.
Also wore a polo to the meeting, so I'm
did.
like, you got the goods.
Yeah.
That's all it
God.
takes.
Polo and clip art, he's it.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, that's how easy it is. But yeah, we got some merch brewing, right?
Yeah, right now, if you go to tomanddan.com, we have our Father's Day specials up right now. It's a Father's Day combo pack.
Yes.
We have a new Realman shirt and a mug that's in the combo pack, but you could buy it separately as well.
Yeah, if you want to a la carte, or maybe you're not a combo pack type of guy, rather, not type of tie.
Most mediocre dad, and with our ACT branding, but you could check it all out. I know it's been selling pretty quick. We released it first to the BDMs. That's another perk to becoming a BDM is that we always tell the BDMs first, like, hey, it's out, so they have the first crack at it.
Sure. If you're a BDM member, you will typically find out. And if you watch on Twitch, a lot of the times we're just going about our day and we're like, hey, here's the new merch, and we'll just tell you about it live on camera. So if you're a BDM or you watch live video, you're going to get the knowledge first.
So if you're looking for a Father's Day gift for that person that's into Tom and Dan, they are for sale right now. They're limited, so I definitely get them, at least this weekend, or, I don't know how long, because of course we ordered too little.
Well, I mean, I'll put it to you this way. We did order too little, but I'll put it to you like this. Eric is at the post office now. So
shipping orders from last night. So
right.
BDMs,
that's how he works.
We'll get them probably tomorrow.
We already sold out of the face masks.
Oh, that was a mistake I had. Well, I'll explain the face mask.
I am now changing Eric's name to Optimerch Prime. That's his name, Optimerch Prime.
So
I like it.
We Enemy Inc. was making these face masks, basically out of T-shirt material, where they print like our.
It's like a pocket mask. It's super
carpet logo. Yeah, and it slits for the ears, 2 sizes or whatever.
My nose is too big for that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put it on and it's like it's killing my nose.
Stretch it out a little bit.
So
don't stretch it out. I like it tight.
But with that, it was like, all right, we'll just put them on the site for $1, and then anybody who wants to like add it on to their cart, and like we'll give all the proceeds to charity, to Yellow Brick Road, whatever. And that's where I didn't, and I was like, well, at this time everybody's got their own masks and stuff, but nowadays, most likely someone's gone out and purchased one or whatever. And so I was like, how popular they're going to be. I forgot that once I said, everything goes to charity, like one guy bought 50. Yeah. And I think probably just to give the most amount of money to charity.
And we love that. That's what makes you guys
the best. Sold out. Gonna throw those masks right in the trash.
Yeah, I mean, that's our fault, not your fault. You guys are the best fucking listeners. Yeah. We say, we just mentioned, Tom just mentions charity, and you guys, well, it's fucking for the kids. Let's make this happen. Yeah. And we're like, we should have ordered a lot more.
The order's already in for more, and
these masks are great for kids, by the way, because they're really light.
Yeah.
So if you're not, transitioning well into that, it's a good purchase.
We do have some gaiters being made. Those are like the kind of like
the shoes. We're getting the shoes that Ric Flair used to wear.
I don't know why they call it gator. Like for whatever reason, I have the hardest time. I'm like, I don't even. It's a weird name for basically.
It's a foreskin.
Looks like a foreskin
for your face,
made out of.
It's like a face shield.
Yeah. And
foreskin for your face sounds better.
Before the pandemic, we were going to get these made
Stinks in here.
For fishermen and people like outdoors guys that wear, masks to shield themselves from the sun.
Well, you get the reflection from the water, obviously, and your neck gets red.
So, anyway, we're going to have some up next week, so there's that. And speaking of Calalisa Creek, right now,
Calalisa Creek.
Sugarworks Distillery in New Smyrna Beach, they have a Calalisa Creek combo pack. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can get this for Father's Day as well, or anybody that likes whiskey. But you'll get the Calalisa Creek bottle with some Tom and Dan branding on it, a free bottle of hand sanitizer.
Yeah, it's this one right here that I got, this teeny tiny little one. This thing's awesome, man. Like tiny little. There we go.
And a Tom and Dan shot glass, and that comes in a combo pack. You can only buy it at the actual
little tasting site,
tasting room at Sugarworks Distillery in New Smyrna. But all that is $35.99. So you'll get the bottle of whiskey, the hand sanitizer, the shot glass, and that can be a gift as well. So,
it's the sanitizer I use around here. Like when we have guests in and stuff, I use their sanitizer to clean up after people, to wipe down headphones, stuff like that. It's really great, and you're going local, which really helps. I know that's big to a lot of people right now. You want to mom and pop it. Well, you don't get more mom and pop than Sugarworks. So.
Right off of 44. You really can't miss it.
44. I'll be 44 in a fucking week.
Whoa.
Oh, my God. Don't say that. That road is banned. No one mentioned that road.
Oh, man.
I look like 40 miles of bad road. My God.
So, speaking of getting old.
I feel it.
Yesterday, I went to the dentist, and it was because a couple weeks ago, I bit down on one of my... I eat these protein bars that have rock salt on them, and
oh my God,
it's like those. It's those ones. I think it was like Metrorex or whatever. It's like the tiny ones that have all the ingredients on the front, like 3 egg whites, this, that.
I hate those.
2 almonds or whatever it is.
So
God,
no BS bar.
I like. My friend Rebecca went to school with a guy that invented that, the no BS bar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we could get him on the show if you want to talk to him. I want to get him on the show and ask him why his bars taste like shit.
I like them.
Why do your protein bars taste like fucking shit?
Too expensive, though.
No, they're terrible. I'm not paying that much money for something that tastes that shitty.
I like it.
And the one that Butler has, where he holds it up every morning and it just goes, and it
limp turd.
Yeah, it limp turds itself over.
Those
and I'm
are
like,
delicious. How dare you?
They look fucking terrible.
It's a no-cal bar.
Anyway, I bit into it, and then my tooth, I was like, ow! Something hurt, and then I was like, what is that?
Ow!
So I go to the fucking dentist, and I don't even know how I found this guy. Honestly, because I don't do any research. I don't care what
you
doctor.
Just drive in circles until you saw the sign that said like DDS or something?
I'm not sure.
Like,
I went to him a couple years ago, and then.
But then you went to my dentist.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
just go
he
to
had this like
where-
from just like being a stunt guy and everything. He had this little line in his tooth. He goes to my dentist. They just take this little machine that like zzz, and like his teeth look perfect.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I lived that line for so long. I was embarrassed by it. I was like, I got the line.
It wasn't
poor line tooth.
It wasn't even real. It was just like a little surface abrasion.
And then
My-
I was mad. I was like, why didn't anybody else do this?
My dentist is just like
I get my teeth cleaned.
and
Just
his teeth look fucking perfect.
while they're cleaning my teeth, just do the thing the other guy did. Anyway,
We're gonna clean every part of your tooth except for the line that you're embarrassed of.
So last
God
week,
damn it.
the week before when I went there, the guy gave me X-rays or whatever. He's like, I don't know what's wrong with the tooth that you say hurts, but
No, that's what you want your dentist to say.
Right.
I have no
No
idea.
He's
idea.
like, it looks fine. He's by the way, he's Eastern Bloc with a heavy accent.
It looks like tooth to me.
Yeah, again, like
You have a bad case
How do you
of
get yourself in these?
You have a bad case of tooth.
yeah, he's
What does
like
that even mean?
Really heavy accent, and
Wasn't
so,
that like the doctor that your wife went to when she was having her kids too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eastern
Well,
Bloc.
it's the
You're
same-
into
no,
the
it's
Eastern
the same
Bloc
guy.
guys.
It's
Oh,
the same
oh.
guy. I'm so glad that I was able to deliver baby out of your wife's bush mouth. I am also up dentist and down dentist. Down dentist is how you'll say going to college, and up dentist is tooth man.
yeah, down all gum.
This isn't the cocaine dentist, is it?
no, that was an old radio.
Have you ever gone to a real
I-
dentist?
Yeah, what
well,
the hell?
the one that I get my teeth cleaned at, that I go every 4
Greenberg?
months.
You do the old Greenberg?
so you go to 2 different dentists?
Yes, yeah.
Why?
but I don't
'Cause
know.
he's insane.
I just show up to the place that my wife tells me to, but the one I get my teeth cleaned at, he does braces and shit. Something other he doesn't do like
It's called an orthodontist.
Orthodontist.
Yeah,
yeah.
good.
So he doesn't. So when I have any sort of tooth problem, he has to you have to go to another guy, and then I go to this
That
Eastern
seems
Bloc guy.
super inefficient.
yeah, of course.
Just find another dentist.
I don't. I'm too busy.
Okay, so you go to...
So I go to Eastern
yeah.
Bloc, man. Now because so that he finds a cavity, and I'm also I'm embarrassed to talk about it a little bit because
Why?
I'm like
I have a cavity.
yeah.
I think I got one now that I
People
gotta
get
go.
cavities.
Yeah, you're getting
babies-
older.
Kids get cavities.
No,
No,
as you
everyone
get,
does.
As you get older, you get more because you're dying.
Yeah. Well, that's sad too. But anyway,
Your whole body's breaking down.
Everything
We're all
on
dying
me
slowly.
is irritated. You know, like my ass is irritated, head of my dick is irritated, my teeth are irritated, my eyes are irritated, nasal passage is irritated.
Yeah.
It's like my body's trying to turn itself inside out.
And so the guy last week tells me like, all right, in a heavy accent, you have to come back.
You have to come back another day when
1 week later or whatever.
Oh, okay, 1 week.
Yes.
Why?
Because
He didn't have a-
they're also operating under like the COVID rules, so it's like they can see
Right.
limited patients and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
like you have to sit apart in the waiting room or whatever. Anyway,
God, they wouldn't
they're
even let
full-
me into the waiting room.
I don't.
They,
Okay,
they
so-
make you wait in your car.
Well, yesterday I went to get this cavity filled, and I showed up, and apparently they had a lot of emergency like cases or whatever, and it was all like super old people going back to when you're
Yeah.
old, your teeth just
They just start falling out. Yeah.
So
Your doo-doos fall out too. They just fall out.
there's, I mean, to the point where there was an old man in a walker walking in, and then his wife was like, all right, I'll come pick you up. And I'm like, don't leave this guy alone. And then
I can't walk.
when I saw him walking up, like I started backing up into the bushes to give him space.
Like,
because-
you did
Homer
the,
Simpson
You did the
did?
Homer?
yeah. And then he's like, I'm like, old man, you should not be out. Like this is,
I mean,
anyway.
like he's the only reason.
I'm like,
he-
you still have teeth?
Yeah, exactly. Like the only reason
Why
he
do
would
you-
be here is because it hurts, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because if
yeah.
it doesn't hurt, there's no reason for you to be there.
Yeah, like he was so old, he should have just had dentures at this point, right? Like, I mean, this guy was like 80 plus,
Oh, yeah.
no problem. Anyway,
You're in the brown teeth phase.
Oh man, think of,
no,
hey,
no,
does-
just gum.
Does your mouth, as you get older, like when you're an old man, like that old man, when he goes there and he opens his mouth, it's like a little old dog, right? It's gonna smell like shit because their teeth are dead. There's a lot of dead in there.
Oh, it's
a lot
all
of
black.
halitosis.
yeah,
Oh,
it's super it's super Mel Gibson brown, smoke
yeah,
yellow
yeah.
in there,
Smells like
and
shitty
everything.
coffee.
Like when you floss, you smell the floss. It smells like
Oh.
fucking death's feet. You know what I mean? Oh God!
So
You should just pull them all.
So I they call me back, and then I go in there, and
Mr.
then-
Van,
And
Dr. Kremlin, we'll see you now.
the Eastern Bloc dentist is shaken. Like I could tell, because there's a lot of people there, and he came in. He's like,
he's rattled a little bit.
And for whatever reason,
why are there so many old people? Yeah, this is disgusting.
Eastern Bloc, that area likes people from that area like to say "my friend" a lot.
Hello, my friend.
Yeah. Like, and Samantha brought up a good point, and she said it's because their accent sounds harsh,
yes,
or like they're
abrasive.
Yeah.
So
they like followed up with "my friend," so you're like, oh, okay, not mad.
Right.
like my friend.
Even
now.
him delivering the phrase "I'm going to pull this tooth" sounds like a villain, right?
So
I'm going to pull this tooth.
So he came
My
in.
friend.
And he's like, he's like, I'm sorry, my friend. He's like, I had a lot of emergencies, my patients, and I don't work on Fridays. So if I don't do it now, they're stuck.
They'll die
until Monday.
Right.
You know, so he's like, I need to get it. So it's
so
crazy.
sorry. It take a long time to do all the man.
And then of course I'm just like, no problem, whatever. And then so he gives me the Novocaine. He's like, I'll just fix it to real quick.
Give me the juice.
And he
Pulls on your pants.
So then he comes back in.
Let me suck a dick, please.
And
look, you have lost weight. You look very muscly.
Circumcised, nice.
I like it. I do not like the chew in the bubble gum.
Like he's in a full hazmat suit too. So I could tell he's like, I'm sure.
I'm going to suck your dick. I just have to figure out a way to get dick and mask.
I do feel for everybody now that has to like do these professions in full, because the whole day.
Well,
now
John the
you have
barber
to,
had on like riot gear while he was like fixing. He had the full face mask on, like a welder's shield. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's insane. But
some people I see people complain about stuff, and it's like these businesses are trying to do what they can.
Yeah.
Just
We're
cut them some goddamn slack a little bit.
No.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, listen, I don't care. It's fine. But he comes back in, and then like he shoots my face a bit. Like
I shoot cum on your face. Jumping blood.
He must have shot me with Novocaine like in 3 different areas. Like my entire left side was just.
The last time I went, the lady no lie, like probably 9 shots. I'm like, this is too much.
I
this is
hate
overkill.
I hate.
You know why they don't
Novocaine.
want you, because I think if you have any pain, then you'll never go back, and it's like bad for business. So
but the fucking shots hurt more than anything.
Yeah.
Just here's a fun fact on Family Feud. When they go survey says the number one answer of like things that people are most scared of. Number 1 was dentist, by the way. And I think it traditionally is like when you're talking phobias, my fear of flying way up there, but not as much as dentist.
I'm not afraid of the dentist. It's just.
It's a pain in the ass.
It is.
And
I love it.
Like the sounds are worse to me.
I love it. Like ever since I was a kid, and people get on me about that. Like even my dentist says, so that you're afraid of flying. You're afraid of getting in a plane, but you enjoy the dentist pulling teeth. It doesn't matter. They can be scraping, grinding blood, crazy. It doesn't bother me a lick.
Or you also had very good dental hygiene. Your first cavity was at 38. So yeah.
You're right.
For the rest of society, we're like
I drank Kool-Aid out of a bottle for 4 years.
We're
when I
like
was a child.
I pass out with a fucking craft beer still floating in our teeth, and then we're like, I fucked my teeth up.
The number one.
I guess I shouldn't have done that. I only got 1 cent.
The number one thing that saved my teeth are those stupid sealants that you can get. They put those little, they paint them in there, and then they use the light to cure them or whatever. And those, I still have one that I had put in when I was 11 years old.
Well, it's probably bad for business because if they did that to everybody, then they wouldn't have enough
That's
income coming
probably
in.
an accurate statement. But anyway,
So the guy, this is the first time I've ever seen this. Like, he came in, he's like, "Oh yeah, you ready?" And then he's like, and then he started doing the cavity by himself, like, which I've never seen. Like
normally they have
someone
a hygienist or a tech.
And then he's like,
this is two-man job, but I can do it.
yeah. Which for whatever reason, I have confidence in the Eastern Bloc accent because they sound confident.
I used to fly MiG jet in Russian Army, go speed of sound. Not even a bubble over top, just leather helmet, goggles, blew my lips off.
He
He's
grew up,
a real Russian real man.
Yeah, he
He's
grew up harder.
First mission in space I do with monkey because monkey and Russian they say it's in the same time.
Yeah. For sure, as a kid, he played in some area that was like bombed out. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy is a real man.
There's something very sad, like one of those cinematic. It's like a video of a young girl playing with a cloth doll while they're playing
there's like machine gun holes.
No one knows what it's like
concrete.
to be this. They're playing that, and some girl holding a cloth doll in a bombed out portion of Russia.
Anytime
or Crimea or
anytime
something sad.
There's
Jesus fucking Christ.
Machine gun holes in concrete. I'm like, God damn, something went wrong. Anyway, so the guy, he tells me this, which I think was a lie to throw me off, but he's like, I'm going to take my time. And then he starts going fast.
And by take time, I mean I'm going to take more time
He
to go fast.
He filled my cavity. I'm not even shitting you in like 6 minutes the whole time. Like that's how long it took. Fast as fuck. Then the tech finally came in. So
But did it hurt?
no, but I'll tell you what happened.
He must have done a good job. I mean, maybe
Not
that's
wrong.
his fucking specialty.
At the very end, he's like doing
Steady. Come on, you mother. Come to daddy.
after he put the filling in, where he's like, and then he like grinds it out, like smooths it out.
Yeah, they work it.
Yeah.
So
It's like
with-
artistic.
Make sure it's set.
So he's using the grinder like feverishly, and then it slips off.
You don't like
No.
you don't like your tongue, right?
It slips off my tooth and stabs me under the tongue. And I feel it hurts right now. Like,
Oh, that's where you put your marijuana tincture. Don't be stabbing his tincture tongue.
so it like he was going. It's like
No!
it slipped off and then stabbed me hard. Like I have a puncture wound.
Did you say
shit.
anything or
No.
No,
I
you can't, because to that man, then he
Did
thinks
you
you're
scream?
weak.
It was it was numb.
Feelings
but
are so numb.
I could feel something happen,
Right.
and then he stopped, and then the tech stopped, and he turned off his radio. Like, and then he put it
We will
down.
never speak of this.
Then he started he brought out a light, and he started looking.
Pull out
And
some Gorilla Glue.
then he started dabbing it.
the stab wound?
Yeah, with something to like tell.
Let me put a piece of bread in.
Look underneath his tongue. See what's going on.
Let me see.
Put it on Twitch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's a wound?
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's super red.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's very red.
It's right under.
Yeah, you can see it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's bad.
So stab me,
Dude, that's a gash.
and then
yeah, it's not.
and then I was like,
It's a lot bigger than I
Too
would have
off.
thought.
yeah, I did not think it was
That's
going
a-
to be like that.
That's a legit mouth cut. Now, your mouth does heal, I
Yeah,
guess,
it's
faster
fine.
than most places, but there's a legit mouth cut.
But when he did it,
What if he severed your entire tongue off, dude?
Isn't that like a main, like,
Yeah.
artery or
Ah,
something? How do they do, like, when they cut your tongue? There was a girl, I've been
Like the
watching.
Lizard Man?
Yeah, I've been watching that show Botched, where it's all like.
pause surgeries?
Yeah, it's about like plastic surgery. And then these two doctors, they try to make people, look better. And they were talking about body modification. They cut your tongue. Doesn't that bleed like crazy?
Oh yeah. I
When
don't
you
know.
get
Yeah.
But then
tongue
they
cut
can
in half,
move
they
it
can-
in separate. It's gross.
Yeah, and then they move it. I wonder if it would feel good.
Yeah.
You
on
practically get your tongue pierced, man.
That,
You should get a tongue piercing.
it's under
And a
that's all.
parrot.
So then, he like dabbed it a little bit, like looked at it, and then he like put down his drill, and then he's like, all right, I'm done, my friend. He's like, you may have a little sore under your tongue. All right, bye bye.
What a dickhead.
Took
You
off.
might have. He does that move where he's like, "Well, the tech will finish up from here. You might have a little bit of a sore in your tongue."
and then took off, and then I was like, all right. And then it's like, okay, that's
Okay.
And then I just left.
You're
fine.
You're the best patient for him.
Oh yeah.
Hey, by the way, that cinnamon whiskey is gonna fucking feel amazing.
Oh, that is going to burn like hell.
Cinnamon whiskey.
Listen, here's how I don't care. I scream ate a
Ice
burrito
cream. You scream. We all scream for ice cream.
with hot Catalina, or is it Catalina sauce?
Yeah.
And that burned it crazy. Then for whatever reason,
Oh, Valentina.
Oh,
you mean.
Valentina, yeah.
Yeah, where'd you go? Did you go to Gringos?
No, made it at home.
Oh, homemade burritos.
But that
I'm getting Huberitos this weekend.
what is it?
Whoa.
Oh,
Juan from Beasto and Blondie said he called it a nonsense burrito, but
It is a nonsense burrito, but he's bringing back the old Huberito.
Huberito. Get it correct.
Sorry, the Huberito.
another thing happened where here when I brought the boys over this week. There's a couple times Crystal had to show some houses,
which
whatever,
is great.
no one to watch the boys. So either I brought them here or she dropped them off for a little bit. And it was the first time they saw the our new fish tank, courtesy of Top Shelf Aquatics.
I fucking love our fish tank. I'll put it on for you guys to see real fast.
So
great.
The boys came over and they're like, "Oh, cool!" I told them all about it, whatever. And then so they're looking at all the fish, and then I whispered.
Also, the fact that Tom brings over toddlers doesn't inform them of any kind of rules or regulations. You know, there's a who knows how much that goddamn fish tank costs, and doesn't say anything. They're up there touching the glass. They don't give a fuck.
Banging on it. I told them. I bang on it. They love it.
I'm like,
we got a big rubber dick over our
Yeah.
sink.
Butler's
Put a
trying to
towel
throw
over
it. He did. He threw a microphone
did.
over it, which my mom used to call a boner a towel rack.
Yeah. Don't worry, they're oblivious.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
Yeah, my mom used to call a towel rack a boner. Like she'd be like, "Dan Lee, don't you come walking out here with a towel rack."
That's hilarious.
Now, I didn't walk around my mom with a boner.
I was wondering why she said that to you.
I don't know why she said that to you. We'll have to call her and ask her, maybe.
28 years old.
Yeah, well, I was buying my first home, and I was in between places.
But
she looks so hot.
I just figured they'll be oblivious just like me. They won't notice anything. So they're looking at the fish tank. I'm showing them all the fish, and then I'm like, see that thing right there? And we're trying to find out exactly what it's called. But
an anemone of some sort.
yeah, Top Shelf. When they came by, Sean from Top Shelf, dropped off all the fish and then put the coral in. And then there's this thing that's like a quarter size anemone that has 1 foot on the bottom. Now in our tank, it just it backed itself up underneath a rock, and it's like half under sand, half under rock. It kind of folded, and it's just chilling there. But apparently, it'll use its 1 foot to walk around the tank to another place, and then just sit up there and chill. And he told me, we were like, "Oh, that thing's cool." And then he's like, we're like, "What's in the middle of it?" And he's like, "That's its mouth and its butthole." And me and Daniel laughed like children.
Yeah.
And then we're like, "It's got a butthole
I
mouth."
was like, "Look, it's got a butthole mouth." And we were like, "Ha ha." And he's like, "Well, what you're calling the butthole is actually its foot, and that's what helps it move around." You know, he's from Jamaica.
Well, I think it's got a foot and a butthole mouth. Something.
But he was describing that it's, that's how it uses, whatever part of its body to kind of navigate the tank.
Yeah. So,
but butthole mouth is all we had to hear.
Yeah. And of course, when my sons came in here, I'm like, "See that thing right there? It's got a butthole mouth." And then they started laughing.
Yeah.
Like, and then we all started laughing.
I'm in there trying to edit. And it's just,
Cry laughing.
Oh yeah. So my sons
Butthole mouth.
now
butthole mouth.
think the butthole mouth fish is the funniest thing they've ever heard.
Yeah.
And can't stop saying it.
Yes.
Like it's Crystal got mad.
It was the last thing they said
We
to me
almost had
before
to
they
put-
left. Your wife said, "Say goodbye to Mr. Daniel," and Tommy walks over, or no, Max walked over and whispered. He goes, like he didn't want to say goodbye. He just had to say
Crystal's
butthole
pissed.
mouth.
She's like, "Why'd you tell him that?" Now they won't stop saying
Well,
it.
she yelled at you in front of all of us, which
Yeah.
was very uncomfortable for all of us.
yeah, I did get a little
and then you
uncomfortable.
stood there.
Because you were
and-
chastised like a child.
Yeah, she was like, "You're saying butthole mouth," and now look at them. Now they're saying butthole mouth, and you're like,
And then you could hear Tom get
got a towel
defeated.
rack.
yeah, and he's like, "Well, I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have said it, but I said it to them, and yes, it is my fault,
And then he's like, "Boys,
boy."
you can't."
That is, and then no, and
But
then
you could tell
and
like
then-
he didn't mean it,
Yeah.
and they knew it too.
Yeah, they did know because Tom is saying, "Well, I said it. I apologize. I'm sorry." And then Tommy just looks at you and is like, "Butthole mouth," and you're like, "Oh," and you laugh, and she's like, and then she looks at you, and then you looked at Tommy, and you did the worst thing you can do to a kid that you just laughed with, saying butthole
Right.
mouth. You were like, "Tommy, that is very inappropriate."
Yeah, but you're the asshole that said it to him.
Yeah, you caught that
Yeah,
one. He
I
goes,
did.
"That is extremely inappropriate, and I know that me and Mr. Daniel have been saying butthole mouth repeatedly in your face, screaming it and cry laughing."
and that's how we make our living.
Yeah, it's exactly. We are the butthole mouth.
But it is inappropriate.
Yeah, we're a professional butthole mouth.
So anyway, this is culminated into arguments at dinner where the boys can't stop saying it.
Well, it's infecting your house.
We have to threaten them with the next person who says butthole mouth is going to timeout.
Really?
Oh yeah, because they just say it back and forth. We're trying to eat dinner together, and we're like,
no
no
more!
more.
Eat dinner, and they're yelling butthole mouth.
Yeah.
No, they don't yell
So-
it. They just say it. Like all I saw them when they were sitting on the couch, it was it's like a little sweet voice, like butthole mouth.
So then we're FaceTiming with Crystal's parents
Oh, no.
out of Miami.
Oh no.
And they're like talking, and then so the fish tank got brought up, and then I'm like, oh
No.
shit. And they're like, Mac, Tommy, you like the fish? And then they're like, butthole mouth. And then
My God.
and they're like, what is he saying? I'm like, I took my ring and then I kabonged them on the top
You
of my
turned your ring
Well,
around.
no, like
Kang,
just
kang.
the hard part of my ring. I'm like, kank. And then
Oh my God.
My dad used to choose that movie, turn his ring around, he'd be like,
And
stop saying butthole mouth, you
and they're
dickhead.
like, what did he say? And then I'm like, he said bubble mouth. He said the bubble mouth fish.
Yeah.
And they're like, shut the Anyway, so butthole mouth has now plagued our household, and they can't stop saying it. It's
You
and no
created
matter
monsters.
I try to get their mind off of it. I try like anything, but it keeps like. And I see them figuring out. They're like looking up. They're like, oh, butthole mouth. I'm like, no, God, it was almost gone. Anyway,
Why is the term butthole? Why? It's got a lot of It's a zesty word.
yeah,
Butthole.
I do think booty hole is funnier though.
Booty hole is good.
Yeah.
Booty hole is good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, it's sunken in. It's like they're indoctrinated with the butthole.
Their
mouth.
butthole.
yeah. It's what they find.
I mean,
the most funny.
it'll eventually work its way out to something else.
Hate us because of the anus.
And then
Yeah, I like that. Like, Maisie's whole thing now, because on Animal Crossing she bought the statue of David, or Michelangelo's David. And she calls it the penis statue or the penis man.
Okay.
Repeatedly calls it the penis man. If I have my penis out and I'm peeing, then I'm the penis man. Look, he's the penis man. Penis man, penis man, penis man. Like, and Andrea combats it, but then I've noticed that she, and I don't know if Crystal will do this. Crystal, in my opinion, would hold fast and not falter. But I think Andrea's beat down with penis man, and she's gotten to a point where she's just like, well, fuck it, I guess just penis man. You know what I mean? Like the kids, they say it. They say it so much, and you're like butthole mouth. But you get to a point where it's like penis man, penis man, penis man. Okay, fine, fuck it, it's penis man, and we're just gonna say it, and it's fine. And if you get in trouble for it, you get in trouble for it.
Yeah, and that's the. I mean, I don't know what the right thing to do is. Really, but it seems
you
like
beat them, right?
I mean, it's
well, then they're confused because you told me that.
You think
Come on.
about it. You think about it.
Put soap in their mouth. People don't do that anymore, right?
No, not allowed to do that. Hot sauce.
I don't think
None of
that
that.
does anything. That just traumatizes your kid.
I make
no,
Maisie,
100%.
every time Maisie says penis man, I make her smoke an entire pack of cigarettes. Getting them all
Yeah.
fucked
I do
up.
like it.
Yeah.
I think old school ignorant punishments
Yeah.
that make no sense whatsoever. Like nobody recommends you do this. Nobody. Like this is something you made up when you heard about it from people that didn't know shit.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, it's just passed down from people who didn't know what the fuck they were talking about and thought that cigarettes are good for you.
It was
Like,
passed down from people that were arguably just horrible monsters. Just evil.
they have no idea what's going on.
Dumb monsters did that. But anyway, so the old butthole mouth, that was a thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm sorry you got in trouble for it.
No,
I mean, you and I have a tendency to
used
get
to
in
it
trouble
now.
with the kids. It has been good seeing the boys.
I'm almost used to it to the point where I'm just I expect it, and then it's part of my life. It's like this will happen, no way to stop it. And I will go through the couple days of them being mad at me, and then it'll be fine.
I don't know what what it is butthole. I don't even know if that, because when I was a kid, it was weird the things I couldn't say. I don't know what did you have things you couldn't say,
no
or was your
rules in
mom
mine.
pretty lenient? Like
Literally
I
no-
couldn't.
I
I always,
No
was
rules.
never told anything.
That's why he loves Outback so much.
yeah, I couldn't curse. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't curse, but I could say this sucks or crap.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
butthole. I don't think I would have gotten in
Nah.
trouble for butthole. Not in my house. But do we crack down more on them now, you think, or less?
it seems like they can handle. Okay, I thought about this because I try. We've talked about it before, and you go the route of the supernatural or like the magic and stuff like that, and then of course you want to do that for them because it's like cool that they still believe in magic and things like that.
Correct.
But they seem to take reality pretty good, and I almost.
Well, that's the thing is. A lot of people are babying their kids too much. Like, kids are pretty resilient.
Yeah. If they know reality and that's their base, then they're fine with it.
They'll be better off.
But
them,
but then it's like you're taking like their innocence away almost.
I mean, don't talk to them about war or anything. But
I'm gonna throw something at you, and I know it's been a topic on the show, and I had not. This is not on the list, and I had not planned on talking about this because this one actually hurt my feelings a little bit. But fuck it, I'm throwing it out there.
Right.
I want a puppy, and you guys know I do. But my family, my wife in particular, is nixed that idea. And our vet told us that in order to keep homeostasis, sort of, the pack mentality in our house is, we're good. Caesar and Maisie are tight. I mean, even though he nipped her, that was instinct. That was not a,
he gets spooked.
He's the sweetest fucking dog in the world, and they're still best friends. Nothing has changed. So if you remember back to that show, yes, and she's got a little scar there. It's gonna last with her. But like now, I think she kind of looks at. She said, "That's where TT bit me." Like she loves her fucking dog. That's her thing. But I have gotten to like you say like our influence or what we do or what we say to the kids. That is a thing. There's our nurture aspect. But, man, that nature is so strong because Maisie said, and I wish Andrea was available right now. I think she's on a call, or I'd have her call in to tell me. Oh, if she's listening, maybe she'll call in. Maisie looked at me 2 nights ago and says, because I'm like, I want a puppy. Maisie looks at me and she goes, Dada, you're not getting a puppy. You're just not. Yeah. Ever. This is a quote. Ever. She goes, maybe if TT dies.
Wow.
And she's just stone fucking cold to me.
Oh, yeah.
And I am a sensitive, I'm a pussy baby in some respects, and that one fucking got me.
Yeah.
She broke it down for you.
I walked away, because I was like, it was one of the only, if not the only time I've looked at a 4-year-old, my 4-year-old, and I had choice words. I did not like that. Dada, you are not getting a puppy, ever. Maybe if TT dies. She's just stone cold killer.
Oh, yeah. She's
like her mom.
Yeah.
Logical. She's fucking logical. And
she's also independent.
She's very and that is not me. That is not my influence. I did not create that. I don't do that. Yeah. You know me. You guys know me better than...
That's Andrea, though, right?
Oh, but that's what I'm saying. It is not... No. But she didn't see her mom act like that. She bowed up on me and straight up gave me a real talk.
Yeah.
She gave me #real talk at 4 years old. And what she was saying, honestly, is probably what we're going to fucking do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, she knows.
And I think that's why I was so fucking mad. I was so mad. Like, honestly,
you were the kid in that situation.
Fully.
Dude, I'm ruining my son's.
I
still put on their underwear and shit. To like, I'm like, they lift their leg up. But
you gotta stop that.
Come on, man.
But I say he's got to stop that. But guess what I want? I want that. Because Maisie, she wakes me up fully dressed. She lays her clothes out the night before, fully dressed, and then she'll wake me up, and I'm laying in bed. She's like, Dad, I wake up. I'm like, hungover.
You could leave Maisie by herself.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you should be fine.
Straight up Home Alone style.
You really could. But anyway.
She'd cook herself an omelet.
Yeah.
She'd use the stove.
I did not like that.
Do your kids even know how to get their own
Hell
food?
no.
Do they know where the food is?
They were pissing us off the other day, and then because they eat their goddamn dinner so slow.
It's so slow.
Hurry up! Like, I'm not even like, I'll cook my meat because I'm the only one that eats meat. So I'll usually bring my dinner to the table like probably 15 minutes later when they start because I'll start late or whatever. So I'll be cooking.
You're also
chicken
smart,
breast.
dude. The best idea is to get there late because you got plenty. You got a huge window.
I'll get there 15 minutes late, finish my whole meal, sit there, and they're like only 15 minutes in. It takes them a goddamn 45 minutes to eat their dinner. Slow, excruciating.
What if you make it a game?
No, I've tried every.
Like whoever finishes fastest
Sam,
wins
no.
something.
I've seen it.
Whoever eats all their vegetables and everything.
No, I'm
gets
saying
dessert.
time.
Yeah. But
Speed that shit up.
They won't.
It ain't happening.
It's the slowest. Daniel's seen it. It's ingrained in
What do you
them.
think a kid would eat fast? The honest answer is everybody knows the answer to this question. Ice cream. You give a kid ice cream, they're going to eat it fast. That's what kids do.
So,
Tommy ate an ice cream for 2 hours.
So
I watched his kids eat Nerds one at a time.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving my
Also,
son
by the way, it took them an hour to open the box. These kids don't even know how to open their own candy because Tom always opens
pipe
it.
cleaner arms.
Oh, you know how hard it was for me not to run over there and open the box for him?
I saw you kept checking.
Yeah. I'm like, they can't open the box! They're gonna die! Listen, I know it's bad. It's
Somebody
real bad.
give my kids some strawberry nerds.
By the way, Tommy said when we talked about the nerds, he's like, nerds for a nerd.
Oh, he knows.
He took the power away. These little motherfuckers.
And then Chris was like, who said that to you?
Wait a minute.
I'm
Butler might have been bullying your kids.
Yeah. Then I'm like, I don't think anybody
Bullying
said
him.
that.
He fits right in. He's like the third musketeer.
Then Tommy said, Dad has said that. And I'm like, I didn't say that. Why would
Oh,
you?
shit, he's lying on you?
I don't know why. I was like, I didn't bully you.
Why would you say that to our son? He's a sweet child.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I did say that yesterday. You may have thought I.
Oh, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, you said it when you were in the office,
Yeah,
and they
it was in the
probably
office.
thought it was dad ass.
I was like,
Oh.
nerds for nerds.
Step outside. I have to punch you. I'll use 40%.
So wow, they
strength.
were actually they were actually paying attention. I thought they were deep into that game they were
They
playing.
were, but Tommy was. He'd take a nerd out, and
He-
he'd set
they
the
hear
box
everything.
out, and he'd take one nerd out, and he'd put a nerd in his mouth, he'd eat it.
And then he'd suck on it for
yeah,
an hour.
it'd be like 2 minutes with one nerd, he'd take another one out. What the fuck are you doing?
So
This
they.
would drive me insane.
So I had enough, and then I was like, "That's it." Oh, and like me and your mom are gonna go. Where you guys are gonna sit here and finish your dinner.
Yeah.
We're done. So we're gonna go finish because we're doing their bedrooms and and at-home floor stores coming on Tuesday with the carpet. So we gotta
yeah.
get everything done. So we're like, we're gonna finish that, and you're not gonna leave the table until you finish. So we did.
I like that.
So we're in Max's room messing around with his closet, and we hear him
know what
like
that means.
they're like, "Mom." And then Chris was like, don't say anything. Like, make them think that we left or whatever. And then
Whoa, hold on, that's too far. You just abandon your children?
I like that. I like that Crystal's idea.
I start sweating. I'm like, no.
Crystal's like, okay, listen, don't say a word. You have to make them think that we're dead. I'm like, wait, hold on, what?
Too far.
yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
lay on the floor. We're gonna do that.
Put the ketchup on your head.
we're gonna do that thing where the police do when they're trying to frame the wife that hires a hitman to kill a husband.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to
Like, it's
pose
done.
the pics.
Yeah, it's done.
So she's like, don't say anything, and then Mac's like, Mom, Dad, Mom, and then I can hear the panic in their voice, and then they're like, hello, Mom, and then Tommy's like, don't worry, Max. They wouldn't leave us. He's comforting him. And Tommy's so good. He's like, he was more worried that Max was worried.
Aw.
And you know.
And then what ended up happening?
I busted out. I'm like, hello!
I love
my
you.
God.
You know what I get? This is what I get. I come home from work. My wife and daughter haven't seen me all day. Come up the stairs. I'm like, hey guys. Andrew will give me a kiss. I go, what's up, May? I'm home. She'll be like, I know that, Dada. I know that, Dada.
Yeah.
That's what I get. I know that, Dada.
It's something. Anyway.
You want to take a little break?
Yeah,
Let's take a break. Hey, this is pretty cool. And I played a little bit of this for you this morning. It looks like No Effects and Frank Turner are putting out a split where they cover each other's songs. And it's going to be called West Coast versus Wessex. And this is, you're getting both here. So I'm going to start with No Effects covering Frank Turner. So you're going to hear Thatcher Fuck the Kids by Frank. And then Frank covers Bob by No Effects.
Yeah.
And the
I
way
heard
that,
a little bit while you're this morning. That's great.
Yeah, it's so good. So check out both of these. These are their spin on cover songs that are coming out in 2020. We'll be back with more of Mediocre Time right after this.
Whatever happened to childhood? We're all scared of the kids in our neighborhood. They're not small, charming, and harmless. They're a violent bunch. Will he ever walk the line?
That is Frank Turner covering NoFX Bob. Well, welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Thomas.
I wonder if he'll sing that at Fest.
I would imagine he could. I think it's fucking great. I mean, I thought I did a bang-up job on, and like somebody said in the chat room, a lot of people are saying that was rad. A lot of people are saying it's like, Stephanie Shea said, old song through new eyes. Yeah, I love shit like that, and that's why I try to give you guys something cool, something different for music. Let's see, where are we going to go now? I know that Tom is trying to get a hold of our good friends Seth Petrozelli and Felicia Spencer.
He just texted me to call now because they're about to do their weigh-in.
Oh, cool.
So we'll
I get nervous.
check in.
I get really nervous for these fights, man, especially since we know her.
Yeah. I know. She's fighting
I
tomorrow.
talk to her on Instagram all the time.
Yeah, it's
Line 1.
All right, Tom,
I'm so excited for her for this weekend.
I know.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge.
Seth, are you there?
Yeah, we can't really scream or talk loud because we're in the middle of all the fighters. We're in the back room for
we
weigh-in.
wanted you to
me
scream.
and Felicia are right here.
Okay, perfect.
Hey guys, what's up?
So, Seth, where are you weighing? Like right now, about to do the weigh-in?
No, we already weighed in. We're just waiting for like a face-off thing.
Photo op.
When you do that face-off, is it awkward? It always seems awkward standing there with the person you're about to fight, and then you're supposed to be mad at them. But you've been
you guys are
great at the
professionals.
yeah. Like I know you in the past, you've kind of done the kind of smirk, laugh, and you're always good at that. Do you have anything planned for this one?
No, I mean, it's always a little bit funny. Like I usually kind of giggle, but I mean, she's sitting kind of right in front of me right now.
Oh, you're breaking down the fourth wall for it.
Damn it.
She's sitting right here eating a bagel. We're
carbs.
dehydrated because we just weighed in.
Her mouth was dry, so I handed her a sucking candy. And,
Yeah,
she's literally like we're sitting down, we're staring at her. She's staring at us as we're talking about her. Right? It's very awkward.
that is awkward. I'm right
Hi,
here.
Amanda.
I can hear you talking about me. So, how is the flight in? Is it weird with all these new rules?
The flight actually went really well at least for me. Like the flight wasn't too full, so I had like a row. Well, I sat in the same row as my husband, but I got to like lay down, and like fall asleep a little bit. So it was pretty comfortable, not too crowded.
Yeah, it wasn't like that for me, guys. Just so you know, it was the total opposite for me.
Were you flying in the cargo hole?
No. First of all, there was some old man that was like, I ain't wearing no mask on this plane. Well, you got. So the whole time he's literally sitting behind me, coughing the entire time. Every time he coughed, I hit the back of the seat, turn around, and look at him like in an angry face, which you couldn't see because I had my mask on. But I was like squinting my eyes, giving him an evil look. But he didn't care.
but no, I like
You're not scaring that old man.
But I like that because the only person that's not scared of Seth as a big muscly guy
Dumb old
is
man.
dumb old man. Yeah.
He's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to beat me up? I'll shit my pants.
So,
He was like one of those guys that didn't want to. Go ahead.
How is the Vegas atmosphere right now? Is it like slower? Because you guys have been out there before, obviously, when it's not COVID. So is everything like eerily slow right now?
No. Well, okay. So as soon as we went into the airport, normally everyone's at every single slot machine, gambling and stuff like that. Those were open in the airport, but every other seat was allowed to be taken. But since we've been here, nothing was open until last night. Everything opened last night. So literally we haven't been able to see anything. But just driving around, you can't really tell. Going into casinos, I guess, is where you'd be able to tell. But we haven't done that. And how they're doing it is we immediately showed up. They gave us a COVID test. And then the next day, or today, I should say, we have another appointment to do another one. And after this one today, we're on total lockdown. We're not allowed to leave the hotel. We're not allowed to do anything.
Do they do the nose test, or is it the mouth swab?
Or the butt test?
And the butt test? No, it goes through the butt and then in the throat.
They shove it
all the way up. Yeah.
They shove it so far up. They want to make sure they get a good scraping. No, they do the throat test.
So
I'm embarrassed that I said butt test to a fighter that I admire as much as Felicia. I'm gonna leave the conversation. I'm embarrassed of myself.
Felicia.
So yeah. So Go ahead.
I want to talk to the star, Seth. I know you've had your time.
I mean, can we please have some time with her, Captain Crop Top? You've had.
Hang on, I'm gonna hand the phone to. I'm just gonna go for a walk. I already called it. Everybody called me her shadow anyway, so it's fine.
Shadow.
Dana White's like, hey, Felicia. Like, I remember me. I'm the guy, the Gimbo
I was
guy.
on the show. Remember me? Pink hair. Remember me?
So Felicia, are you excited the fact of fighting with no crowd? Does that affect you at all, or are you so tunnel vision during the fight that the crowd noise is going to have no effect, or is it going to aid you because you could hear your trainers better? Like, or is it no big deal?
I think for some fighters, the crowd amps them up and makes them perform better. But for some fighters, I think I would fall into the second category of people who would probably do even better without a crowd. I feel like it'll make me feel like I'm at the gym more. Just quiet room, hear the coaches, hear the punches land, hear the breathing, just normal. It'll just feel more normal, maybe. I mean, it's cool because we're sitting in the room that I'm fighting in right now. We're doing the weigh-ins right next to the cage I'm fighting in. The cage is the same size pretty much the same as the one at the gym. It's a little smaller than the usual cage they fight in, so everything is just going to feel really familiar, I think. I'm already here in the room, it's going to be a little more intimate, but I think my focus is always on the fight before the crowd, and I think that's going to help me more.
Yeah,
I could see that.
100%. I definitely see that giving you an advantage. Man, I'm super excited to watch the fight tomorrow.
Now, what would you say, Felicia and Seth, a question for both of you, what would you say to those that have said that the more COVID tests you get, the more likely you are to damage your septum like Artie Lang and collapse your nose? This is a question from the Twitch viewers, and I was just putting it out there. Just Seth, they want our listeners want you to know that the more COVID tests you get, your nose will collapse. like Artie Lang. They wanted you to get that in your mind, so it would haunt you tonight.
So the COVID test is worse than getting punched in the face for a living?
Yeah, that's what they say.
I don't know.
So, jokes on them because our nose is already smashed up, so it doesn't really matter.
That's true.
Felicia, I'm curious, tonight, the night before a big fight, is it easy for you to, because you always come off so calm and, happy and unstressed.
And just humble and nice.
I just feel like you're a different human than the rest of us because, it seemingly all this pressure doesn't get to you. So are you able to sleep tonight? I would be up all night, nervous, in my mind, going
opening your son's candy boxes.
Yeah. Are you fine with the night before the fight?
I'm pretty good. Usually last night I hardly ever sleep much on the night that I'm cutting weight. Just I don't know, just you're dehydrated, and so I think it kind of plays out where it kind of catches up to me, and I get a good restful night's sleep the night before the fight because I only sleep for a couple hours. Usually, last night I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning and didn't fall back asleep. I just laid there all night until the next bath. So it'll catch up to me, but no, I don't. It doesn't get worse the night before. Today, I'm gonna have a smile on my face more than ever because I'm back to eating carbs again and carb loading. So how can I not smile?
Food in
my mouth.
Okay, here's a silly question, but maybe not. What is the carb of choice? Favorite carb?
Well, right now it's not about taste. Cause here's the thing that I've learned over the years.
Performance,
exactly. I used to weigh in and then go out to eat and smash whatever, pasta, cheese, barbecue chicken, whatever it was.
And that's a very NARP thing to do, by the way. You eat for what it's worth, not for the taste, you NARP.
For today, rice, oatmeal. I'll probably have a lot of oatmeal for breakfast, and I'll have a lot of rice. And actually, the UFC Performance Institute and Trifecta get together, and they supply me with a whole bunch of food. So I have a bag that they just gave me. It's got some healthy pasta dish, and it looks like rice down there. They gave me a thing of watermelon that I requested, and that's how I knew I made it. I wanted watermelon, and they made it happen, and now I feel like top of the world.
No, you're right, though. When you reach a point where you can tell the organization what you like to eat, and then they gift it to you, that is like not
the main event.
Not a lot of fighters get to do that. You're right.
Yeah.
I would be proud of that, too.
Oh, Felicia, I'm curious. Do they treat you better? Like, you are the main event of this UFC. Like, can you tell a difference between how, like, your previous fights went and now, like, that you are the star of the show, that they like, oh, watch out, Felicia's coming, like,
No. Honestly, they always do a really good job of taking care of everybody. Like, I always felt pretty taken care of, and maybe I just, like, wouldn't have had the balls to ask for watermelon before, but now I'm like, yeah, I think they might actually give me watermelon. Let me ask for it.
She did ask me just now, like, right before the interview. She was drinking her Pedialyte and stuff from Trifecta, and she goes, Seth, can you see if they can get me a straw? Because I don't want to chug this. I want to sip this. So I did go hunt for a straw for Felicia. But they did not have.
Well, get me my straw, assistant.
But they didn't have one. Somebody tried to sell me one out of their Starbucks cup for $2, and I said, "Fuck off." So,
I'm interested when Felicia wins. Is there going to be a celebration, because now, everything's shut down and you can't, do you guys personally celebrate back at the hotel, or do you plan that?
Well, it sounds like as of Thursday night or morning, or I don't know, for sure by now, the casino, at least half the casinos are open again. So we'll probably, because over here, the event is over by 9 o'clock. Over there, it's like midnight, but over here, it's still, we have a whole night ahead of us, so I'm sure we'll have a good time. I'm sure we'll be able to go out and get some good drinks and some good pizza.
It's gonna be 2009 Seth all over again.
Is that when you would bully me and you'd send photos of yourself nude with a pizza covering your genitals?
Yeah, that was about that time, man. That was like 2010.
He would go. This guy is such a bully. He would go to the grocery store and then he'd buy a bunch of NARP food, and then he would pose looking like an Adonis on his bed nude, and then cover his naked body with different treats he eats and send it to me just to let me know that I'll never look like that and never be able to eat like that responsibly.
Well, Felicia, thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah, we are honored that you would gift us some time.
And
of course,
we're all going to be rooting for you. We're all going to be watching the fight, and we have nothing but faith that you will destroy Nunes.
Yeah, it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. Well, we care about you guys. We love you a lot, and just I won't say good luck. You don't need it. I'll just say we'll see you when you get back in town.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do some kind of after party somewhere.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, if everything's still closed, we'll party at your place in that little in your little podcast room.
Now he's mad. Yeah.
Well, I'm not mad.
Yeah, we may. I'm scared.
Yeah. She said she'll bring the belt to the show.
All right. Yeah.
Seth, whatever you do, don't embarrass Felicia.
Come on, man. This is her time to shine.
Stop with the crop tops. You're the straw hunter, and always know that.
There to get her straws.
Yeah.
Straw hunter. That'll be my shirt. It says straw hunter. But I'm going to give myself a shameless plug because I'm filming a lot of stuff back here now. I have the weigh-ins already filmed. I have the meal she had, the trifecta stuff, the cage, everything behind the scenes. I have in my Instagram story right now at Silverback. At Silverback Seth. If you guys want to follow me at Silverback Seth, you guys can kind of check it out. And I'll do it the rest of the day today and tomorrow too, leading up to our fight.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's gonna. That's the best coverage you're gonna get is social media. So follow Seth and follow him and Felicia's journey.
And the fight's on ESPN Plus, correct?
Yes.
I think the undercard is, but this is a pay-per-view,
Yeah, it's
so
a pay-per-view.
you have to be on ESPN Plus to buy it, though.
Okay.
You have to have ESPN Plus to purchase pay-per-view.
Yep.
Gotcha. So just purchase the fight through ESPN Plus.
You have to have both, but it's easy to do.
Yeah.
You can do it
Perfect.
online.
Well, good luck, guys. We're rooting for you, and we'll be watching tomorrow night.
So, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
no
See you
problem.
guys later.
See ya.
That is Seth Petrozelli and Felicia Spencer.
Now, if she wins, that is the last time we ever talk to her, right? She's not.
No.
she'll
talk to
rock
us
it.
anymore.
No. She's not that type of person.
She's
Seth
great.
would
But
do
she'll
that.
get too busy, I
Seth
think.
would do that to us.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
Oh.
You know what? He has said that she would be very busy, and it would be harder to get hold
Right.
of her, but I think she would make time. You're talking about a person who will literally just pop into my Instagram direct messages just to say, oh, I saw your daughter riding her bike. That's so cute.
By the way, she wore a Tom and Dan shirt last time on TV.
Yes.
Yeah,
she is like.
We've asked Seth to do that how many times?
Wow.
They
he is,
forget. They don't even
Tom
have-
forgets to pay. There's a lot of bad blood between him and Tom.
I don't even know why he gets paid. That still
No,
confuses me.
I know.
Well,
Well, he
comes in
demanded
and
it one
He does
time.
news, and then they
yeah, but
fight,
people
and then
have done news on the show for
I
years.
know. I didn't want to, but then I was like, oh, God.
Fisher demands to get paid too.
People like him.
These fucking
No.
prima donnas, they come in here and they think just because they crack the top on a couple of dumb fucking news stories.
I'm paying them to keep Felicia around. That's the
I
real
don't think
star.
you need to do that.
Let me quote Steph. Let me quote Steph Shea again in our Twitch chat room, who said Felicia is the best part of Seth.
Yeah. Yes.
Which I think that's a fucking funny. That's a funny.
It's definitely it's going to be a tough fight. Nunes
man.
is
Well, she's a great fighter.
Yeah.
They're both great fighters. It's gonna be a great fight, I think.
yeah. So
It might be. It could either. I think it's either gonna. It's gonna be one. I mean, it's a stupid thing to say one of two ways, but it's either gonna be a learning lesson for Felicia, because I don't think that regardless of the outcome, like she's just beginning to be awesome. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But for Nunes, who knows? Nunes, who knows? It could be
It's Nunes. Yeah.
Nunes.
Yeah. I want to say Nunez.
I think a lot. Like
yeah.
I think I've only said it right. And then I heard you say Nunes, and I changed it.
You know,
whatever. She's going to lose. I don't care.
It's Amanda Nunes. How dare you?
Nunes, yeah. Here's a couple gambling
Throw it out there, buddy.
things that I
Yeah,
like about
let's
this
do it.
fight.
Let's do it.
God, here we go.
I like Felicia Spencer wins by submission, plus 750. Now I've seen a lot of people on my gambling page already took Felicia just to win outright, and that's plus 425.
That's
But
still a decent, but
in my estimation, I was talking to Seth before, is like, if I see her, if she wins, she's going to win by submission. He thinks she's got a little bit better.
would that be
jiu-jitsu
considered
than
her specialty?
Nunes. Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of people, professionals, are predicting Nunes to maybe win by TKO first round, but I think that's clouded by the fight with Cyborg and the fact that Nunes knocked her out so fast. And
Right.
I think that clouds people.
Well, people don't know a lot about Felicia.
Yeah, and so now there's another. If you want to go Felicia by TKO, that's let's see, plus 1,400. So you could bet $10 to win 140.
Nobody ever argued about that.
If you want to then hedge your bet, maybe Nunes by decision, which is plus money too. I'm betting on that just to hedge. I know people don't like doing that, but I'm a pure gambler. I just want to win money. So I will hedge with Nunes by decision at the end, because I don't think Felicia's going to get knocked out. I just that's my hunch. She's never been knocked out in a fight. I think she has a strong jaw. I punched her as hard as I could 10 years ago.
It's not very
and
often.
It did not do nothing.
Well, she was a new fighter then. It's not
Yeah.
very often you get to talk to a man who actually punched a woman.
brags
like,
about
I mean, no, but I mean, like he.
Back
if-
then, I
if
didn't
a-
say it was as hard as I could, but it was as hard as I could. And it didn't even phase her. And she
No.
punched both my black eyes and my nose. I was.
I need to
she-
see a picture of.
It,
she
it
beat
was
me.
Bad.
Real
I remember
bad.
when it happened, but I want to see the fresh picture of it
Oh,
just to knock you
I
down
mean,
a peg.
it's out there
She
somewhere.
is tough.
Drunky
Yeah.
the
It's-
Bear, black
I
eye.
Oh,
can't-
it's
I'm gonna
definitely
tell
out
my
there
sons.
somewhere.
When she's the champion, I'll be like, I punched the champion. So it's like you. What?
And then you know what he's gonna say? He's gonna go, butthole mouth.
Yeah.
And then you're like, god damn it.
And she punched me 100 times.
You want to jump into some voicemail messages? And we can, I've got so many voicemails to get to. And we can jump in those for a bit.
my
So
God.
we're going to do mail. Oh, did you find it?
There's a website called knockoutlounge.com, and it basically just gives kind of backstory on the fighters, and you were mentioned in this.
Who?
You, as Drunky the Bear.
What does it say?
What's it called?
Hold on.
What'd you type in?
Knockoutlounge.com.
What'd you type in
I
to find
typed in Drunky the Bear fights woman.
No, really? Yeah. That's what someone wrote.
Hold on, I'm trying to
Is
find
it. A
it.
blog? Or
It's just a website that gives backstory on.
Knockout Lounge. Yeah, you are in here.
what the hell is that?
Hold on. I'm going to go here so everybody can kind of see this. All right, I'm on Knockout Lounge. There she is. I'm just reading.
Is it coming back to haunt her? That's my dream. That that she'll have to make some sort of statement, be like, I back in the day, I shouldn't have done it, but I fought this fat radio boy, and I punched him good.
I don't see where does it?
I'm trying to find it. Oh, here it goes. They asked any interesting stories to share, or learning experience while fighting you would like to share. She says, back before my first fight, my friend and training partner, Jamie Moyle, and I did a halftime show for an Orlando Predators football game. I went on the radio to promote a fight with a radio personality, Drunky the Bear, who went on and on about how no woman can beat a man in a fight and saying all sorts of funny sexist jokes, mostly pertaining to the kitchen.
I don't remember.
Long story short,
that doesn't sound like
that doesn't sound like anything I'd say.
Yeah, you would never do that.
No.
Long story short, we had an exhibition, all in good fun, for the halftime show, and we put it on Drunky the Bear. The crowd was awesome, and the experience was unforgettable, and on YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube?
That's what she said.
Hold on a second.
Yeah. We played the video before.
We have?
Yeah. We played it multiple times. It almost, it's like my fame is gone, and now I'm just trying to hold on to old shit. Be like, I fought the champion.
Did you just say it's kind of like that? Like, I like, it's kind of like, and I'm like, God damn, we've been doing this since day one. The fuck are you talking about? It's kind of like, tell them what it is. Just be honest.
You shut the fuck up.
Oh!
Anyway, I'm excited to watch the fight. It is going to be
spelled
our
her
toughest
name wrong. God
fight,
damn
though.
it.
This is going to be. This is going to be tough.
Yeah, I want to find the one where. How do I find the one where they fought? Sam will probably find it.
It's on YouTube. I think I don't even know.
Well, you did a lot of halftime shows, so I got to search through all.
Yeah, there's tons of
we played it. They all our listeners, though.
Yeah,
they're tired
of
it.
They're like, really? You guys are going to do really?
They're tired of this shit.
Yeah, let's do this right here.
I'm telling you the same story.
Hey guys, thanks for calling 1-800-HOT-DICK, the place to find real action with real men. To make it even better, we've got new low prices. So low, we're practically giving it away free.
If you are a man seeking a woman, press 1. If you are a woman seeking a man, press 2. If you are a man seeking a man, press 3.
Mail on mail.
Mail on Mail, brought to you by, Goldsmith Jewelry.
Yeah.
I know a BDM actually got his engagement ring there literally right before we started advertising with Goldsmith, and we're going to put him on the list to come in and watch the show once we open that back up. Because we were like, hey, thanks for supporting the sponsor even before we started talking about it.
No, but we wouldn't. That's not the deal.
I'm just gonna.
That's not the deal. You're. What are you gonna open every listener's nerd box for them so they can eat their nerds one by one? Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna baby all of them? If he didn't get, yeah, I want him to come in.
Yeah. So Goldsmith Jewelry on Lee Road. They specialize in custom made jewelry.
Yeah.
If you're in the doghouse or about to get a divorce, maybe a good time to get that.
Well, the best thing you can do,
diamond right now.
Yeah. If you're about to get a divorce, there's two things you can do. First of all, you need to get your wife or girlfriend because you can break up there too, some diamonds. And number two, you need to have kids because that solves every relationship problem.
Well, I did find a video of Tom fighting Seth while he's blindfolded and his legs are tied together.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
We don't talk about
that's
that.
not the real one. Yeah, delete that.
By the way,
I've been trying to get that pulled down.
I don't realize how strong Seth was because I tried to shoot in to tackle him, that's what they call it, right?
Yeah, shooting in.
And then he instinctively felt me coming in and then moved his shoulder, and I almost knocked myself out on his shoulder just by headbutting him.
Yeah. He knows.
Because it's pure muscle.
He definitely knows what he's doing.
So, anyway, what do we got first?
Yeah, let's go email first. How about that, Sam?
All right. Mediocre image message. Divorced dad pads. Hit me up. I got shitloads of stories. We can start with spending the night in a Mexican prison. Hi,
Our
Sam.
listeners do some.
So he sent us a picture.
Yeah, show these pictures to Tom of his dad pad.
It's got a lot of
black leather, a lot of brushed aluminum.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. The finest of wagon wheel coffee tables.
Which around the bottom has bottles of Jim Beam, empty bottles of Jim Beam.
Because that's not a wagon wheel. That is a spool.
Yes, it is.
It's a wire spool that construction workers would take from a site when it's done.
One painting and then one lonely picture of Kurt Cobain smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
What?
90s dad.
That's it.
90s divorce dad.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, the saddest part of all this is him by himself hammering the nail to hang that Kurt Cobain picture by himself. Only one picture. Like, who is that for? Is that for you?
It looks like there's a tiny bonsai tree and a giant potted plant.
All
pot
alone,
as
you're
well.
nailing your picture of Kurt Cobain. Rape me. just sad as hell.
I got it all wrong. It's a thumbtack.
But is that how you sip your coffee and you look at Kurt Cobain, you're like, all right, there it is.
Hey, you know, this place looks great with a little all apologies on the wall. All right.
You know what will impress my new dates? All my Jim Beam bottles. That'll show them that I have. What? You're an alcoholic?
Oh, you're an alcoholic and you like Kurt Cobain. Great.
Coming as I am.
You have a lot of things going for you. Oh, wait, is that a wagon wheel? Great.
Yeah. Girls in the 20s love that.
Oh, man.
Who is that picture of?
Hi, guys. I'm Macaulay Culkin. He's got a tiny haircut.
What's funny is
Tommy, if you let Tommy's hair grow out, you could put the glasses on him.
You know what it is men must revert back to the time where they're single, which is the 90s for this guy. You know, like you revert
I think
back.
you've cracked the code.
Yeah, you have.
Because I would every morning playing.
Fuck yeah. Going to construction work.
Hold on, I'm going to go smoke my 305 on the balcony.
Hey, you guys, you kids go and get some Pop-Tarts. I'm going to go out on the balcony, smoke my 305, and listen to some Nirvana.
Because I feel like I would, because I have no experience whatsoever with dating scene or being alone, really, since I was like in the high school. So
we should make out.
If
Put
I got
some music on. Do you like garbage? It only happens when it rains. I'm only happy when
when Crystal finally kicks me out, I have to get some. I can't even afford Baldwin Park, so I'd have to go to that one.
No, you'll be playing NoFX Bob that we played earlier.
The outskirts. I'm gonna go to Google. I'm like Primus poster. Why not add a big brown beaver?
Alexa, play Primus Frizzle Fry.
I have everything like 1999.
Hey, what's your Xbox? What's your gamer tag? I'm Jerry. Was a race car driver 69.
He wants to play Wii. Sam Cargill gave it to me.
You've been dropping his name a lot lately.
Yeah, I was sitting in the pool. I was sitting in the pool. Tom got in trouble because he. Can I tell this story?
What
about the Wii?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So Tom got gifted a Wii from Sam Cargill, and then I'm in the pool, and then his wife comes out and goes, "Why did you do that?" And you're like, what? Which, what do you expect him to say? Of course he's going.
That literally is every time.
Yeah, I mean, he does it to Sam. He's like, Sam will be like, "Why did you do that?" What did I want? Like, how many times have you said it as an adult? Why did I want? Probably a million. So he goes, "What did I want?" And she's like, "You left the Wii on, and now Max is in there, and he won't come out and play with Tommy and Maisie, and they're playing, and Max is in there. He's staring at it like a crack addict. This is your fault. That's only for family time." Well, I didn't know. And then it goes into this whole thing, and then you guys disappeared for a long time.
She was beating him.
Well,
what did you do?
Well, because it was supposed to be, the rule was,
I have rules with. Look, guess what? I have rules with the Switch. Maisie doesn't get to play it by herself. She has to play it when we're
not for nothing. Can't she just unplug it and he can't play it anymore?
No, that wasn't the issue, Sam. That's not the. You're
Max
wrong.
woke up. He's like, "Can I play Wii today?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah. See, You see, it wasn't.
No, I understand.
And then she's like,
nothing to do
what
with
about the
Crystal.
rules? I'm like, oh yeah, the thing.
What about the rules?
No, again, Outback, no rules.
I just said yes and whatever they want.
Yeah, I like
at first. That's my first response. Then I'm like, oh yeah. Then I have to take it away. It was just worse.
It is.
It's like I'm like, oh, that bitch. Said
But you
can't
know,
play.
Butthole mouth. Now, kids, you can't say butthole mouth.
Yeah, make her
I
the
know
dog.
your mom doesn't want you to play this way, but she's a real butthole mouth. Am I right? And they're like, "Yeah, we love you, Daddy." I know why you're the favorite.
Come
man.
visit me in my apartment. I got Primus posters.
They would have no idea who Primus is, by the way. Drunky the Bear against 5 midget bears.
Oh, don't play that one.
Delete that.
What
That
else
was a
do we have
different
here?
time.
Okay.
Some of the things I said in these YouTube videos have different time.
I'm crying.
2008.
Okay, I have a new thing that I'm going to start doing on Fridays. It's going to be voicemail of the week and caller of the week.
All right.
Concrete Mike, you win because you had just asked what's worse than. Well, this is worse. Well, this is worse than anything, and the fact that Concrete Mike can be this matter of fact about things makes him our caller of the week.
T&D Media Crew, how's everybody doing? It's Concrete Mike. Towards the end of the Friday show, there was a comment you were seeing. Butler doesn't get blowjobs. Tom would do anything to get one. Grossest thing I've ever had happen while I was having sex was I had a girlfriend. She was frogging me. We were doing anal. And when she pulled out, or when I...
Hold on. He's so
that's called toading, by the way. That's not frogging.
Don't talk about toading. Fuck you! You're fired. You can't talk about toading.
Got my boss in the trunk.
We were doing anal.
He's so matter of fact.
He's a real man.
He's a real man. He's my favorite.
He told me he's inhaled so much concrete dust in the chemical. I guess they
it's
put this
fucked up his
hardener
brain.
in the chemical. He's like, oh, it's not good. It's gonna kill me.
But he doesn't say it like sad.
Right.
He just knows.
Matter of fact.
He stares right into the Grim Reaper's eyes. Okay, I'll finish it. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Grossest thing I've ever had happen while I was having sex was I had a girlfriend. She was frogging me. We were doing anal. And when she pulled out, or when I pulled off of me, a piece of shit fell out of her ass and dropped right on my stomach. I almost fucking puked. It was so gross, man.
That's the chance you take when you
That
toad.
was pretty nasty. But, yeah. What are y'all stories? What's the crazy...
I like that he's grossed out by it, but he put his dick in there. What do you think's in there?
You don't think about it.
He's the best caller. He's my favorite caller. He leaves a lot of voicemails on the regular line, the 1-844 Tom and Dan.
Yeah.
TOMNDAN, and he leaves them on there, and I haven't been going through them. And I went through them, and my God, the things this man has seen, it's off the fucking charts.
By the way, I'd swat it off before she saw it to like.
Right, you don't want to embarrass
I
her.
don't want to embarrass her. Like that.
I would. I'd be like,
no. Sorry,
like a spider, yeah.
No. Because what are you? That's embarrassing.
No shit.
No shit.
No, it is shit. It's not no shit.
But also,
it is.
But like Samantha said,
Yeah.
what do you expect? It's,
There's shit in there.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's gonna come out.
When you're,
it's kind of like being
when
a
you're,
daughter dad. Like a daughter dad. Like now that like I had a relationship with vaginas before I had a daughter, right?
Yeah.
But my relationship with vaginas now is a completely different. There's different relationships I have now. I've seen a lot more. I've seen a lot more things,
and right.
And I don't have the same. This sounds fucked up, but it's true. I just don't have the same relationship with any vagina now that I did before. I saw things come out of the vagina and I saw poop in the vagina. Like it's just I have a different relationship now. I've seen war.
Yeah.
I fought.
Aw.
And when I came back, people asked, like, Dan's awfully quiet. Well, he's seen some things.
Yeah. I do want to gift one of my pizza parties to Bofa in the chat because he said that's called a toadstool.
Oh my God.
It's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah,
you're going to ooh for that?
When you,
I mean, I'm oohing the whole thing.
Okay.
You stick your hand in the bat house.
Get one. Grossest thing I've ever had happen while I was having sex was I had a girlfriend. She was frogging me. We were doing anal.
Just pull that clip. We were doing anal.
Period.
Inflection
Right.
of anal.
Yeah,
is the best.
that's the funniest part.
We're frogging me. We're doing anal.
Well, you gotta let you know.
Setting it up. Instead of like
You know,
Obama.
he sounds. Hello, this is Obama. This is the way Obama talk.
It's
It's like this.
Matter of
We were
fact.
doing anal.
I'm frogging me. We were doing anal.
Also a
Thank you.
an aggressive frog for anal, right? It's
Yeah, anal is supposed to be that's it's supposed to be a greasy that's a lube man's game, it's not supposed to frog and anal that's an advanced move. You're not just gonna have bigger girls aren't gonna be doing that. Meemaws aren't gonna be doing that. Hats off to you, Concrete. Well done. I guess.
Something tells me that she has a constant problem with poop falling out of her butt. If she's toading a lot.
That's where you messed up. You can't toad or it's gonna fall out.
Oh,
gravity.
Just okay. Just take it regular.
Take it regular.
Why?
I mean, keep it down. I mean, you want her in a position of hole up, not hole down.
Correct.
Okay.
Email saying we gotta cleanse the palate. We're gonna do a shot here. I'm gonna send them in the taste out of my mouth.
This'll cleanse the palate. Leaving in till flaccid.
No.
So I kind of agree with Butler leaving it in till it's soft. I don't know about all guys, but
what? That's what you do? So you come in
we
your
talked
wife
about this. Yeah,
No.
with a condom, and then you leave it until then you pull your dick out, and then the condom stays in.
Oh, that happens, by the way. So
That's
you
called
should
the
be
lost
careful.
sock,
Yeah, it does happen.
That shit'll get lost
the
in there.
wet sock.
The lost sock. Yeah.
The lost.
Oh my God.
No.
I don't know about all guys, but when getting a mouth jibber, my girlfriend keeps on going after completion like she's starving for more and gives me such an odd sensation I have to make her stop.
I don't get that.
Well, it's kind of like that for me. I'm assuming he meant pulling out too early, but he said puking out too early. I like to leave it in as long as possible to avoid the sensitive feeling I can't stand, but really depends on the situation too. Sometimes we go so hard, I feel like my heart's going to explode, and that's usually when I'm on top or behind. A lot of times we finish her on top, and I don't mind hanging in there because she's such a sex monster. She'll keep working it even till it's full-on retreat mode and can still get off.
No, I don't get any of that. I mean, look, I've gotten some things, and
humble brag there.
Yeah, exactly. I've made some statements, and you guys know that I'm probably luckier than most.
Starving for more. I don't even know what that means.
I mean, it's not like, like one time, like, oh, I'm coming, and my wife's like, that's. I mean, like, as soon as I say that, that's why I don't say that anymore. I just got to let it happen. If I say that, then my wife's immediately in there spitting in the toilet, brushing her teeth.
Crystal's like Ed Cookie Jarvis when the alarm goes off and the contest is over. Push the plate away.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't want to look at a hot dog for the next week.
No, and if I'm coming in my wife, sometimes my wife will get up and go to the bathroom, and I'm like, I'm still coming.
That's just the prostate. It's fading out.
Well, a little bit of that. Yeah. Let me see. Get you a voicemail here. I will find one. Let's see. We went gross. We went double gross. Let's
something else.
Yeah, cleanse the palate.
Something.
Oh, hold on. This one's got to be opened a special way. Let's try it like this, because your grill's been a big topic.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Big Rick. Happy Thursday, and hope you guys stay dry. Anyway, so I'm listening to Tom talk about the grill and how his outdoor kitchen has the wrong size line for the propane to go through to actually hit up the burners. Well, while I'm listening to him talk about that, I am reminiscing of my teenage years when my friends and I used to go swimming in my backyard and do some grill outs and whatnot throughout the summer. And my best friend at the time, myself, we're hanging out one day at the pool, and we're like, oh, let's cook some burgers. So we decided to cook some burgers, and I'm sitting there, kind of being a little apprehensive of pushing the button while I've got the propane on, because of the fact that we would get the explosion or the gas ball or whatever it was, because of whatever reason. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But if we let the grill open, it would take too long, and then gas would fill the air, and then you'd just get an explosion cloud that just would set fire to everything around you at eye level, and your eyebrows would be singed off. And if we did what the manufacturer said, which was to leave the lid shut and then push the button, it would result in an explosion as well. So here I am, telling my friend, you know, like, dude, you got to be careful with that grill, man, because he decided, you know, oh, I'm big and I'm tough, you know, like, I can do this and quit being such a pussy. So he goes through and leaves the grill shut, lets the propane go for like a good 5 Mississippis before he decides to push the little ignition button, and then he hits it, and the freaking grill ends up top flying backwards as hard as it can, hits the backside of the grill, freaking ends up knocking the grill kind of back a little bit, but then kind of straightens out, and my friend jumped like a cat as high as he could in the air, and foot fell into my pool, and that was awesome. Anyway,
Big Rick, you're tall tales. Every time you called the show, you lie to us. No, I'm kidding. No, have you ever had?
Well, that one time my grill in the old Heroin Alley house
with the wizard.
Yeah, and I've never heard of anybody since I told the story. No one said hey, that happened to me too. So seemingly, this is the only time this ever happened to.
And they sell all the parts, the gas grill, the regulators that you use, and all that stuff. It's so simplistic.
Yeah, and also dummy proof and made for this not to happen. But
yeah, it's tried and true. It's just very, very old technology.
But we had this shitty old Walmart grill that was $79. It was just the standard
great
Weber
little grills,
tiny.
Probably wasn't a Weber for $79, but Charbroil or something.
Charbroil.
Everybody had the tiny Charbroil. I think that was everybody's first grill.
And I turned it on, and it turned on fine. And then we went inside to get the burgers or whatever, and then inside the cheap block house that we were renting, the window was it was in front of the sink, and then you could see the grill outside.
Sure.
So then all of a sudden we heard and then and then we looked up, and there's fire hitting the side of the house, coming over through the window. So I was like, what the fuck? And then I ran outside to open the back door, and somehow fire was shooting out of the propane tank like a blowtorch, torching the side of the house, and then going up the side through the window.
And it'll
whatever.
just do that till it extinguishes itself, right?
Or runs out of gas.
I thought in my mind it was going to explode.
Yeah, I would think that too, but
a hole in the house, but I don't think it will either.
I don't think it does that.
And so I immediately ran inside and screamed to everybody to get down because I thought it was going to blow. I always wanted to scream that.
Everybody get down.
And then we laid on the floor for 2 Mississippis until I realized oh shit, it's just going to burn the fucking house down. It's a blowtorch in the house.
We're laying on the floor just waiting to be burned alive.
So then,
great idea.
I was like, I gotta get the fire extinguisher from my stand-up jet ski in the garage. So I run inside. I unscrew the back cap, and because it's basically on one side of the tray of the stand-up jet ski, I pull out this old-ass fire extinguisher. I run around the outside of the house to the back. It's still blowtorching the side of the house. It blew a giant black, the plastic casing that your wires go in when for your home line.
Yeah.
You know, it's on the side of the house.
It'll be like a little junction box.
Yeah, a little junction box for a home line. It melted that to nothing, and so I ran out there and I sprayed it with the fire extinguisher.
And that's like dry chemical, right?
Yeah, fully expecting it to blow me in half at any time because I'm watching the fire. It's 1 inch.
If you're doing it,
So it turned off the fire, which it turned off the first time, and then I saw just liquid propane spraying out with gas, and then the plastic on the outside of the grill was still on fire. So then it ignited again, where it was and then I sprayed it. And sprayed it all, and then it still was coming out, but it melted the fucking valve open.
Oh wow!
It was, and so I wheeled it to the end of my yard in the bushes and just pushed it over the bushes so that it would just empty out.
And then you just went along your neck.
And I was like, that's crazy. Then the landlord.
You guys want to go? You guys want to order pizza? I like how calm this motherfucker is. He's just the fire is burning his house down. He's like, it's fine.
When we left that house, I thought I was gonna get charged a shit ton from the fucking owner. It was like Watson Realty.
Yeah.
And then all they did is like $30 cleaning fee for, they said, mysterious mildew. It was a burn mark.
Yeah.
And they didn't know.
Well, nobody wants to do their job. They're like, what is it, black? That's mold. Paint over.
Yeah.
Like, get somebody in there.
Man.
They didn't notice that I burned their whole junction box and melted that.
Yeah,
but
I broke one.
house is full
I broke
of
one
termites.
window, replaced it with plexiglass. They said it wasn't good enough. It needed to be
yeah.
real glass, and they fucked my ass so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. You want to take a little break?
Yeah,
we'll take a little
Let's
bit
do the shot.
of a break.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
let's do our shot. Butler, let me
Is
give
it
you
Sugarworks Shark Bite?
Yeah.
Shuggy wakes.
Cinnamony. All right, Butler, here you go, buddy.
All right. All right, we got sharks to the left, sharks to the right. Set up my wife's new computer, so I'm getting a gibber tonight. Rock and roll 90210.
All right.
Jibber time.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, that's easy.
That tastes like real cinnamon.
Yeah.
Well, they actually use real cinnamon in their whole process. There's a little bit of sediment, and the bottle is delicious.
That's what you get with that small distillery.
Yeah.
They could use.
They don't have
cinnamon.
they don't have to filter out the sediment. Because
Okay,
people don't get freaked
that
out.
has
That's delicious.
that doesn't have the weird sweet.
Right.
It is sweet, but it doesn't have the weird
That sugar
like,
syrupy crap.
Yeah, that like Sam's right. That tastes
That's
legit.
real cinnamon,
That's also
though.
spicier.
Yeah.
Is it burning your tongue up?
Oh, it stung my tongue hole for sure.
That's good.
Yeah.
That
Stung your tongue hole.
out of all the cinnamon whiskeys, that one to me tastes a natural product.
Right.
Not like a hey, drink this, drink a red hot candy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that Farrapan red hot candy. I hate that taste.
Yeah. It's like a melted red hot with alcohol.
Yeah,
in it.
that's
pure cinnamon.
That's
yeah.
like grown up cinnamon whiskey. That's good. All right, well, hats off Sugarworks. That's delicious. All right, now we'll take our break. We've played these guys before. The name of the band is Yawn Mower. You've heard of Ghost Riding the Whip. Well, this song's called Ghost Riding the Ark. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this.
Have you ever thought about a place real hard and ended up in the place you were thinking about?
When stuff like this happens, like when you've got, the world, or namely our nation, figuring their way, you get really creative and really passionate punk rock music. You get a lot of really passionate and crazy hip hop music.
Run the Jewels album.
Run the Jewels album is like this. So yeah, but that's Bob Mould. I don't know if you know who that is. Like Husker Du, Sugar. Rock and roll royalty, but hey, welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
All right. It's funny. We did the whole like dump them out thing, and then we enjoyed it. I have an intro that I'm working on. It's not done yet, but we've been missing it. Like I think like the last two shows, we haven't even done it.
Yeah.
Because we get on these rolls and we do it. So you guys want to do some dump them out now?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, but
we need a dump them out intro.
yeah.
I have one. It's almost ready. It's just like I'm not quite done with it yet.
By the way, the butthole mouth thing is called a rock neem.
Yeah.
N-E-M.
Yeah, like an anemone, but they call them rock nims or rock nims.
Oh, yeah, maybe it is a nem.
Yeah.
Rock nem.
Yeah.
Is it one E or two? Because you kind of
Just
stuttered.
NEM.
Just N-E-M.
NEM.
Yeah.
It's just
Rock
short,
neem.
like for anemone.
Yeah.
Nem.
So yeah, I think it's NIM.
Yep.
So that's what it looks like.
All right, dump them out is basically just to explain it to you guys that don't know what it is. It's where we take all of the stuff that we've been compiling over weeks and the stuff that we don't use, and we kind of go through it and just see where our opinions fall. So Sam, I'll kind of let you do the honors of driving the boat. We did Tom at the dentist. What's next?
Fish death.
Oh, God damn it.
We lost a couple good ones.
Yeah. We lost. Well, there's a bit of a story here. We lost the one little fish. Here, I'll put it on fish cam.
Two tiny blue ones.
Yeah. I don't even know what those are.
Oh, yeah.
His name was Robert Paulson.
Yeah, we
Robert,
I stuck
Did you
my
post
hand
that
in.
video?
Something happened with it.
It's the video, like I shot it like a pop-up.
Sorry, okay.
Yeah, it's all fucked up.
So I stuck my hand in there. We found there was a little dead guy, a little bluefish. It started with 6 when Top Shelf, gave us their first round of fish. Now, these round of fish is actually tester fish to see if the tank can sustain life. So
like the Chernobyl sent-in workers to clean up the rubble. These are our Chernobyl workers.
Yeah, and Sean from Top Shelf told us, like, last time he was here, we had all the fish still were living, and he's like, wow. He's like, you guys might be...
Well, no, that's not exactly accurate. We had one that we couldn't account for. He was already dead. We just didn't know it. We had one that
because you were saying, like, we had 6 of these, and I was like, I don't know.
I
don't
love
trust
these
you.
fish. They're my friends. These fish are my friends. They're my buddies. Every morning when I walk in here, I say, hello, guys. Like, I do the whole thing. I'm like, hey, guys. You know, and I walk over to them. I'm like, seeing them. And then they come up. And then, like, we talk. And I'm like, hey, piss face. Hey, Epstein. You know, I'm like, hey, guys. You know, we had 5 of those little bluefish.
6, I think. Yeah.
Well, we had 6. But I mean, like, when Steven was here, Scuba Steve, there were 5. And he's like, oh, you guys have done good. Well, then yesterday, it actually happened when your sons were here.
One of them died.
Well, it didn't
maybe
die.
your son killed him.
No, it
tapping on the goddamn glass.
It didn't die. It just, like, it was, and Butler saw this firsthand. It was like burying itself in the sand.
Well, it looked like he had kind of got himself stuck under a rock. His gills were still moving, and there was a slight flutter to his fins. But it was, you could see life.
You
was
could have
moving.
helped him.
Well,
my God.
Not at all. That's its nature.
It's
you gotta
like
let him go.
It's like an old dog, and they'll walk off into the woods to die because they don't want to hinder.
That's what I think old people are doing when they get lost walking. Sometimes I think they just leave him alone. He's going to die.
Yeah.
Let the man have some dignity.
Yeah. He wants to die alone in the woods.
Yeah.
Which is
and wearing his jogging gear, hammering the button on his jitterbug, but he didn't charge it. Yeah, it's useless. And he's going to rot there in the leaf pile.
I stuck my hand in there and I plucked the one out, and then we flushed it. And then, but Daniel, after that, he's like, I could have sworn there were 6 in here, and now there's 4.
Yeah, but you guys don't listen to anything I
We all
fucking
don't
say because
believe
you think
it.
I'm crazy.
We're like, sure there was.
Sure we had 6 of them. Hey, fucking weirdo
This
thinks we
guy's
had
a math
6.
guy now.
Hey, fucking weirdo's over there talking to his fish. He thinks we had 6 of them. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So I was here editing video and getting out some videos for YouTube. Tom and Dan Live. Just search for it, like and subscribe. And I look up. I can put the picture on the website. I'll send it to Tony. It's a graphic photo of our. I don't even know if he had a name, but I don't even know if you guys can really see this. But you'll see it's our. Is it the pump?
It's what creates the current. It's a tiny underwater
it's like a little fan.
Yeah. So the picture I'm showing you right now.
You sent this, and my eyes started tearing up a little bit.
It's
because this was already after we flushed Robert Paulson.
So you can see him. So you can see that the little fish's head is sticking out of there, which is
Sucked
weird.
his tail right in.
Well, but it doesn't suck from the
right,
front.
It does, yeah.
Well, it's got to pull from somewhere,
Yeah, but he pulls from the back near the glass. So I don't even know how this happened.
I contend that Robert Paulson was their mate, and they decided they were going to go ahead and Romeo and Juliet it.
Thelma and Louise.
Yeah.
So
back right into that fan.
Yeah.
You know how hard they had to swim backwards to go into that fan tail first?
There's a story about
There's dedication man.
No, they're like
real tired. No, got stuck over
there.
Japanese businessman fish.
Okay, there is a story here. Hold on a second. There's a story here because like what you saw in the photo is not that's before I had breached the tank.
Okay, all right.
So I'm here, and you know I'm no stranger to a White Claw beverage.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I'm editing, and all I have to do is really monitor this computer while it's pumping out the video. It has a tendency to be wonky, and it will shut itself down and fuck us all up. So that's why I monitor it. In a better world, I would just set it, forget it, like the Showtime rotisserie, walk out of here, no big deal. So I'm monitoring it, pumping out the video, and everything's going well. And I'm like, I could have sworn there's a fucking fish in here. There's a little. So I start really peeking. Then I see him. I see him sticking out, and I'm like, God damn it, he's dead. You know. So there's another one. So I'm looking at him, and he's fully whole. Fully whole.
Okay.
His butt. It's almost as if where he got stuck was a perfect 1/2. Like it's 1/2 out, 1/2 in. It's perfectly balanced.
Okay. All right.
At this point. But I know I got to get him out because Steven's been telling it, you know, and other people have said, hey, if he's diseased or if he had a problem, you don't want the other fish to get that. Yeah. Plus, I start thinking in my paranoia head that if he is diseased, he's in the pump, and now we're just blowing disease all over the tank. So I'm like, I got to get him out of there. So Sean, our tech from Jamaica, he said he put the top on the tank because he's like, in my opinion, the best fish are the ones that jump. And I'm like, look, I'm going to trust this guy. He's from the fucking Caribbean. These are Caribbean fish.
Yeah.
You know, like this guy's, and he's
been doing what, 20 years?
25 years.
Yeah.
25 years.
He
He's
knows
in the
his-
fish.
He knows what the hell he's talking
and
about.
He's young as fuck. Or black don't crack. Something. It's just that guy looks, he's like, you've been doing this 25 years, you're 13 years old. Like, it's insane.
He looks very young.
He looks very young, but he's not apparently. So anyway, I see. I know I got to get the fish out, so I reach in there.
Hands?
Yeah, I take my watch off. I go right hand, but I'm too tiny. So I stack up some magazines.
Oh, my God.
Well, what do you want me to do, Sam?
Yeah.
It's just fucking, it's science. It's just, I got nothing.
Also, when Tom fished out Robert Paulson, he was standing on top of a chair and leaning over that damn
He
aquarium.
almost broke it. Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's not going to be the shower glass that gets him. He's going to fall right through this fucking aquarium
That's how the
and
guy,
split him in half.
That's how the guy dies in Ghost, right?
Yeah.
So I stand on some like books, like a book and some magazines on there, and I stand over there and I take the lid and I just kind of maneuver it over just enough for my hand because I'm afraid of the fish jumping out. So when I reach in there and I grab this little fish, he's stuck good. Like he's in there and I'm squishing him. And I feel one of his eyeballs is gone, and I can feel the socket with my fingers because I'm hypersensitive. That's why I cry at shit. I'm just
gripping spot.
Yeah, it's like me. Any pain in my body, I can feel it like 1,000 times. Like if I have a hangnail, I can be asleep and be like, I have a hangnail. Like I can feel that shit.
Yeah.
So I can feel his eye socket where the eye's missing, and I can see it. And I'm wiggling him, and now at this point, I'm wiggling him back and forth to try and get him out. Well, the other fish, they don't like you in the tank, and we're gonna have to talk to Steven about that. I want to know the science behind, like, because they start like going into like a little bit of like a defense posture, right?
They're like, get the hell out of here.
So I'm wiggle, and I'm like, I'm just gonna wiggle him out. I wiggle. He cuts and it just breaks.
Breaks in
he
half.
breaks.
Oh.
And his ass goes into the fan while I pull him out, and then it cuts him into a million little tiny pieces and blows his guts like all over my arm. And then the fish start biting my arm because the dead fish is all over me, so they're attacking me, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm screaming. So I get it. I get
Is
him.
this on our security cam footage?
Probably.
Because we should pull that.
Probably. I can try. And then I have to run and put him in the toilet. And then I seal everything up. But then I'm afraid that while the time I put him in the toilet, maybe somebody jumped out.
Right.
I stink because like dead fish do not necessarily smell good.
Yeah.
It was just an ordeal.
Did they eat the rest of?
They ate him.
I think that maybe what we just saw.
Yeah, they ate him good.
They ate him. They ate him good.
Yeah, that's a circle of life.
It is. So we've lost 2 fish so far.
Yeah. But that's good apparently.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
That means things are going right.
I don't know. I don't know if they should be dying.
That's how Mad Cow started.
Right. The little ones, they're sensitive, you know.
Are you talking about Dan or the fish?
All
both.
of them.
Both, maybe.
All little things are sensitive.
Yeah. Who would know that I'd be fishing one of my own fish kind out of there?
Little and extremely big. Then you got the gentle giant that cries. You're like, why are you so sensitive, giant?
I ain't never had a real bed before like that. Yeah, you got that.
Should be tough.
Yeah. What are you doing? Get a hold of yourself. All right, what else we got here? We got this story. The Bufo Toad ritual.
Oh, with the porn star guy?
Yeah, I brought this up because you and
What
I
is
both.
it?
Somebody said this happened in 2019, but it was reported in June 4th of 2020. A Spanish porn star is being investigated for manslaughter after a man died from inhaling toad venom vapor in his house. Nacho Vidal, which I only knew because when I met Tom, he gave me the copy of Shane's World. I had no idea what Shane's World was. Then I started discovering the Shane's World of porn, and Nacho Vidal is in like 90% of the really good
like college invasion videos.
And he has a big mega dick, like a huge mega dick. Do you know anybody know Nacho Vidal?
Yeah. We've talked about him on the show.
We've talked about him before. It says Nacho Vidal, 46, was named as a suspect after fashion photographer Jose Luis Abad died from inhaling fumes from a Colorado River toad near Valencia in June 2019. So it did happen in 2019, but just now, I guess,
he got
through the
arrested.
Investigation, they have arrested him. Vidal, who starred in more than 600 adult films, was arrested on Thursday after Mr. Abad died at his home in the Valencian town of Ingurea. Mr. Abad is believing to have been engaged in a mystic ritual when he inhaled vapor from the psychedelic toad.
So why did they charge Nacho with manslaughter.
They've also arrested 2 other people.
Yeah, they think that he was the one, even though his
They're charging
lawyer,
him with manslaughter, by the way. It's not straight up murder.
Yeah, here, I'll continue a little bit.
I've never. Okay, well, follow me with this. Like, if like say someone ODs at your house, I've never heard of the other person that maybe.
They have tried to charge and have charged drug dealers before.
Well, if they can
provided them with the drugs
too, though.
If they can provide information that proves that you maybe gave the person the drugs, then that's an accurate charge.
Okay.
Like if I'm Toad Man, which, shouldn't have said that. Okay, so I'm Toad Man, and I got the toad. It looked like a toad. And then,
But then the person take the toad.
Yeah, but
you
you were the one that had the deadly substance to begin with, so you could get in trouble as well.
Did Nacho take it? And this guy did?
I think so.
Maybe so. It's a Spanish porn star, Nacho Vidal, 46, is being investigated for manslaughter after fashion photographer Jose Luis Abad died in his home. It says, officers began the investigation after the death of a person during a mystic ritual involving the inhalation of vapors from the venom of the Bufo alvarez toad. At the conclusion of 11th month investigation, hence why this happened in 2019, we've been able to establish that an offense of involuntary manslaughter and a public health offense had occurred, allegedly committed by those who organized and presided over the ritual. That's why it's manslaughter. Because they claimed that Nacho, porn star,
wanted to do this ritual.
Exactly.
Boom. Accidentally
Butler
killed the
nailed
guy.
it. He was acting as a shaman. He was the one.
I don't mean to laugh because someone died, but I'm laughing at the fact of like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Well, going to do this ancient ritual that's overseen
with
by
a porn star shaman.
Nacho Vidal, the porn star. I think it's a good decision. What the fuck is he thinking?
I think it was like friends of his and stuff.
Yeah. No, I know. I just
like I want to do what do they call it?
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca.
But then now I'm kind of scared.
Well, I don't.
There's no need to do that.
Vomiting with it.
I have
vomiting and
Can you die off ayahuasca?
It has happened.
Yeah, I think you can die off legitimately.
It happened to a ayahuascan church here in Orlando.
Well, you can
Someone
dehydrate
died.
yourself.
Yeah, that's
you're
right.
Shitting and pooping yourself a lot.
Well, any drug other than, in my opinion,
vomit.
marijuana, I think you can get into a lot of trouble with it. But you
can OD.
This whole marijuana, no, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But everything else, sure, I could definitely. And I have friends that have had that happen. Not the toad thing. I don't know anything about the fucking toad thing. That's like
unfamiliar.
that's not a thing.
Is it the same bufo toad that kills your dog?
Yes.
So they're just taking a bufo toad.
The chemical off the bufo toad.
What's weird is
mystic ritual involving the inhalation of venomous vapors from the Bufo alvarez toad.
Well, that's been going on since fucking Beavis and Butthead. You know, the joke of him squeezing the frog and the poison comes out. You lick the frog and then you
Interesting.
hallucinate.
So it is a version of DMT. It says the amphibian releases a venom called 5-MeO-DMT, which is known to be a hallucinogenic effects according to the Addiction Center website. So I guess it's similar to a DMT experience.
Yeah,
I've never done DMT.
Although nowadays, can't you just get pure DMT, like medical grade stuff?
It's not easy to get.
Instead of messing around. I'm sure they probably got the extract is in a vial. They're not like getting it from a toad, right? Like
don't know. There's not
squeezing
a ton of details.
I hang out with John Mayer and get some good acid.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I just thought it was weird. It's like
bizarre story.
It is, but it seems like this isn't the first time or will be the last time that porn stars, namely male porn stars, get themselves into some sort of like weird situation, whether it's killing your roommate with a samurai sword, whether it's like John Holmes was involved in, what was that huge murder?
Yeah.
I forget, they did a movie years ago. It's just, you're not dealing with the best of society.
Well, there's a disproportionate amount of maybe like chemical imbalance, mental illness in that world that
100%
maybe contributes to bad decision making and other poor things they get themselves involved in. But
by the way, I posted this in the chat, but according to his website, he's been in at least 10,000 scenes in a porn career spanning 26 years.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was, he's a great cocksman. I mean, that guy is got a beautiful penis, and he knows what to do with it.
Yeah.
And if you go to jail, like people recognize you in jail, right?
Well, porno guys, that's like target-rich environment.
What is the average like lifespan? I mean, not lifespan, but like career length for a male porn star? Like 20.
Typically, like an
26 years, a long time.
a long fucking time.
Not like a running back, but more like a receiver.
Oh no, I would say more like a place kicker.
You're
right. You can
go forever.
He could still be doing it right now.
I guess look at Ron Jeremy. Still.
Is he still fucking?
Ron Jeremy?
Well, I mean, Ron Jeremy, but he can't get a real hard on. He has to squish the base of it,
like in 2020.
Just squeeze the blood into the top of it, and then I've seen him fucking these girls, and like he has to hold his dick.
He looks disgusting.
He's always looked disgusting.
No,
well, young 70s
young Ron Jeremy looked like a young Italian stud. You know, like he wasn't
a little
bad.
creepy, but not. Yeah, he's good looking.
He kind of looked like my dad.
He looked like Tony Soprano fucking somebody.
No, I disagree. He's still not attractive.
I mean,
you like the smooth Nordic boys, like your husband. Like Ron is the exact opposite of like your husband looks like he could like come off some sort of sweet.
He's got the catfish eye thing where his eyes are too far apart from each other. Like Britney Spears
that's called fetal alcohol syndrome.
That's a new thing, right? Like when he was young. I mean,
I'm looking at a young picture of him. Yes, he's fit, but he's not like his face is not attractive.
Yeah, he was like fit but hairy.
Yeah, he is very hairy.
That was like a thing. You know, like and some girls like really like that. Like Tom Selleck was extremely hairy, and they loved his hairy chest and mustache. You know.
No, does anybody like that anymore? Like,
a lot of people do.
Some girls like
hairy chest.
Some girls like hairy chest.
Jen hates it if I shave my chest.
No, really, she likes it.
Well, she's not. I mean, if you shave it, it just gets spiky, and it's not comfortable.
Andrea hates it when I shave my genitals.
No, really.
So I have this ginormous bush, and then for sex, I have to actually use some like. God damn it. What do you mean, goddamn it? I have to actually use some like scrunchies and stuff to put my hair up to get in there. It's hard. I got to use what are they? The clamps. Well, there's
banana
clip. A
banana
clamp. Yeah.
Banana clamp.
What's COVID priorities?
I was just saying, since COVID, it's funny because like everybody likes to see like COVID bad, terrible. It's like it's changed who we are. This is I can't take it anymore. This kind of stuff. But like I was joking with my wife about trying to find the silver lining, and the only thing I could come up with was the fact that I think I almost got my priorities back in straight.
Okay.
You know, like for me, it was like. Staying inside with my family made me understand that they are the absolute most important thing, not work or what anybody else thinks. You know what I mean? Like, so I'd thrown that, like, you know, I just throw ideas in my phone, and I was just like, well, this is a good thing because, like, you know, like...
There are a lot more people spending more time with their families, and maybe that can, you know, like you said, if there's any silver lining, it's like there's that at least. You have to look at some optimistic things, not all negative all the time.
Yeah,
you live
it may
like
not
that.
be everybody's scenario, but I would say it almost bettered my relationship with my wife. I mean, we fussed over some silly shit, but we actually worked through stuff and talked through stuff. We were actually in each other's face a little bit more, so we kind of had to deal with it a little bit better.
Yeah.
They're forced.
I've actually got to spend more time with my husband, and I love it.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Not as busy on the weekends or after work. Like we can actually spend some time together.
Well, like
although we're working most of the time.
Like what you and I were talking about walking back from Publix, we were talking about how, you know, like we went from, and this is where I think everybody got fucked up. We went from like having the entire year planned out.
Right.
Everything we were doing, every vacation and every weekend was like BDM event, regular event, beer fest,
everything.
It's funny because it's the first year we've ever planned out early. Like, all right,
I had a whole list going on, and I'm like, just rip this out.
I mean,
now.
we were, just so you guys know, we were reaching out and booking bands for events that were like
for beer fest.
Almost a year away.
Yeah.
And I don't even know.
That was months ago.
Yeah. To be honest with you guys, the beer
fest.
Did
you call the lady from the BDM place?
The
Felicia.
No, I forgot.
Yeah, you got to call Felicia, not Spencer.
But
the lady where we're going to book the BDM event, and she owes us some money.
We don't know. I don't think it's basically one of those deals.
Don't say it.
No.
Well, no. They held it for us indefinitely, and
that's what she said. Yeah.
I don't know when we're going to do that.
We're going to have that event.
Yeah. But even with the
might be the four of us just sitting in a courtyard having
who knows?
A cooler of White Claw.
Honestly, I want to worry about it. I want to start looking into it.
I know
but no one does. No
Right.
one knows anything, so it's not
There's
even
already
to waste of goddamn time.
Spikes in COVID-19 cases in Florida right now, anyway. So
who
knows?
What we
what's
have
happen.
1,000 cases yesterday.
1,200.
1,200.
By the way,
24 hours.
Fuck you, news.
Yeah.
All news because
including Seth's.
It's so much clickbait.
Yeah, he said all.
Literally,
it is. It's fear porn.
They did this twice, and this is bullshit. But like literally on Memorial Day, they show a picture of beaches, and then they like pack beaches already. Which, by the way, for the people that I know that went out to beaches, like everybody was still being safe. It's not like they were just like, oh, packed on, coughing on each other. Like everybody goes out to the beach and like staying away from each other.
I was out there.
Depends which beach you're at.
You're right.
New Smyrna Beach was pretty safe. I was out there.
So, but anyway, they show the picture, and then they're like, spike in COVID cases, and it was literally the first day of Memorial Day. We can be like, wait a minute. You can't show this picture and then say that this is a cause and the spike. It's the first day. No one would even know. Like, you would know 2 weeks later or a week later or whatever the hell you got symptoms to even go get tested. So you're putting that picture to show that, oh, this is causing a spike, which is bullshit because it can't. It's the first day. And they did the same thing with the riots, too. They show all the people like spike in COVID cases. Yeah, but it can't be associated with this if it's the first fucking day. Like, no one would know until a while.
That's not how the virus works.
Yeah, well, not the first day you're like, oh, around people. Oh, instantly I got it. And then recorded it enough for the news to report on it. You're just showing a picture of a packed whatever, and then you're saying spike, and so you're
reporting on hypotheticals.
Yeah, same thing with the goddamn asteroid. Everybody saw that asteroid heads towards Earth. It's fucking 6 million miles away, literally.
Yeah, they just look at the headline.
Yeah, and then like, oh shit, and then it's like, why are you even reporting this? Like, it's stupid.
Why do you think my wife resigned from her job?
Yeah.
You know, it gets tumultuous, and like it was worse for her because she was having to come up with headlines.
They got people
sensational headlines,
but headlines that, well, it's not in her body. Like, she doesn't have a sensational bone. Like, she's sensational. I'll say that. But like, she's not the type of person to ever exaggerate things for the sake of making people feel ill. And when she was writing about like
or
Casey
scared
Anthony
to click on it,
and shit like that, she was having to come up with like, quote, creative. No, that's just not how my wife works. My wife is a facts person, a logics person, and the sweetest person you'll ever fucking meet.
Yeah.
So I'm glad she's out of that business.
And by the way,
it was killing her.
I'm not saying that the packed beaches or like the protests or
no,
whatever.
there can be truth to some.
Didn't cause it. But I'm just saying when they reported it, it was the first day, and I was like, wait a minute, you couldn't even get any data back. I mean, no one would know if they infected people for days and days later. So you couldn't report that. Now, I'm sure if you read the article, it was like unrelated to this particular picture, but they used that picture to get your fucking clicks. But that's all people see, and then they're like, "See, that's causing."
No, and they know that it's bullshit. They know that it'd be different if they didn't know and you brought it to their attention, and then they changed their course of action. They don't.
Same thing with the asteroid. You show a picture of a giant asteroid in Earth in the background, and you're like, "Asteroid heads towards Earth." It fucking literally,
and they all
you can look
it.
at it. It's either between 3 million or 6 million miles away that it's going to pass us. By the way, NASA and stuff, they track these things. They knew about this for fucking years, probably. They knew that this asteroid...
Yeah, it didn't come out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, they don't know. They don't know about it, Tom. They just put two guys in space.
Right.
They don't know about it. Jesus.
But as Juan mentioned, those 4 to 6 million miles away from Earth is pretty fucking close when it comes to space.
It is. But if you put that in the headline, guess what?
Everyone's like, oh God, we're going to get
100%.
But you don't want to put it in the headline because you're going to stop your viewership. Yeah, you wouldn't do that.
Because if you put 6 million, everybody would be like, oh, okay, it's fine. Yes, I understand in the grand scheme of things that is technically close to Earth, but you're not going to put that your asteroid heads towards Earth. So people click on it and get scared. And by the way, the comments under that in Facebook, everybody's like, oh shit, don't even write. And I'm like, what? This is it. This is the world we live in. You see some headline or some shit, and then you react to it, and then you just go on with your day thinking that. And by the way,
people get mad too when they make a comment or post something with inaccurate facts, and then you just follow up with something that is factual, not to have an opinion or anything, but just like, hey man, here's the actual story. So you know, people get mad.
Shaming them.
People are mad at facts,
even if you're cool. Like even if you're like, look,
exactly.
I've done that. I stopped doing it.
Yes, and it's like I'm not even trying to attack you or give you an opinion that differs from your. I'm literally giving you the updated facts of what you're saying, and you're mad at me.
But you should be. Thank you for.
But I stopped caring what they think because it's important. And I'm saying this, if you're listening to this right now, yes, I'm saying this to you. It is important to call that bullshit out. It's important to say, here are the facts. And yeah, that person might get mad at you, and that might be maybe there's like a tinge of embarrassment there or something like that. I mean, but the sooner we all understand that it's okay to be wrong, but we just need to get the actual facts. Yeah, like
it's okay to be wrong.
I don't know if you guys know this.
Everyone's wrong sometimes.
I'm going to let everybody into a little secret that Tom and I have been keeping. A lot of what you hear on this show is he and I being wrong all the time. All the time. All the time.
Yeah.
All the time wrong.
Yeah.
We have built a show on being wrong. Because there's nothing.
That could be the slogan. Van Dennis, wrong all the time.
Wrong all the time. You know why there's nothing wrong with being wrong? Because when you're wrong, normally, and I know that we have because we wouldn't have a decently successful business if we hadn't, you learn from being wrong. Being wrong is learning.
Well, if you
ain't nothing wrong with being wrong.
Yeah, in fact, I like it when
Wait a minute, hold on. We can't skip past this. Butler just said something and then went and leaned back like he just spit the best knowledge ever. He did a total dad move.
Ain't nothing wrong with being wrong.
Yeah.
That's a good
and
one.
then readjusted himself and sat back.
Not even good. not even a saying.
Hey, nothing wrong with being wrong. Laws and claws, am I right? Ain't no laws with my claws.
Hashtag up to nothing.
Let's see. We got lottery tickets. So this is just a quick one I threw in my phone. Lottery tickets. Hot take. If you play the lottery, you're a fucking idiot. You're just a fucking idiot. If you do now, hold on, let me quantify that. If you do it daily, like the old man I see at Publix every day, what are you doing? It's a hobby at that point, right?
Yeah.
Because you know you're losing. You've never won.
No.
I've
You're
never.
never gonna win.
I think between the lottery and scratch offs, I think I can count on two hands how many times I've done either. I just don't do it.
But this old man was holding up the line at Publix for the longest time, just getting his quick picks or whatever. And it just kind of made me chuckle a little bit because I was like, okay, I understand what you're doing. I'm not going to hate on you for doing something you enjoy. Yeah. But at that point, you have to admit to yourself and to everybody else that you're not playing this because you think you're going to win the lottery. You're playing this because, A, it might be something that keeps you alive because you're a dumb old man. Yeah, I mean, it's... why are you doing? It's a hobby, right?
Well,
it's addicting.
You enjoy it, but what are you addicted to? Losing because that's what you're doing.
Well,
it's like gambling, right?
Yeah.
It's that feeling of gambling, of the chance.
It's called the action. That's what that feeling when you place your bet and then you wait to see what the outcome is. In that period of time, it's action that people want, and. But the problem is the lottery is the dumbest gamble because statistically it is, I mean, so close to zero that it might as well be zero that you win. And I know in people's mind they say, oh, one person won, so I can win. Nah, that's not how statistics work. And that's, I think, what's the problem with a lot of our society is they don't understand statistics.
Well,
a risk or anything.
It goes back to our original problem that we were talking about earlier this morning. It goes back to just people not being smart, right? Or not being.
Yes, yeah. Ignorance is the biggest problem in the world.
That's a huge problem.
But if you say, well, you only have a 0.00001% chance of winning, and then all they're thinking is, so you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah.
It's like, no, that number means there's a zero chance. And you're like, no, it means there's a chance because one person's gonna win. You're like, all right, fuck it.
6:43 every morning.
Yeah, what is this? This has been on here a couple weeks.
Yeah, 6:43 every morning. Butler probably knows this. You guys probably don't. 6:43 every morning. I'm deucing it up, and it will never not be that way. At 6:43, I wake up having to shit, and I get out of bed and I shit. At 6:43,
you have a shit clock
every morning. I'm regular.
Some people are like that.
I am as regular. I mean, supposedly it's a sign of good health.
Yeah.
Now
your body knows.
You'd never get me to believe that, considering the fact that I think I'm dying. Like, I mean, it's been really hard for me to do the show today, considering the fact that I have a new illness that I don't want to tell you guys about until I've properly web it. But like,
what if you poo 4 times before 8?
Oh my God!
Well, I'm just saying it doesn't happen to me. I'm just saying
he will text me at times and be like, 5th shit of the morning.
Oh my God!
5th?
Sometimes
how much fiber do you have?
Well, his wife is feeding him these, like, I think your wife is like like
X-Lax.
yeah, no, but she's feeding like syrup of Epicac and stuff. Like
I've
I
just
even know what
realized
that
that
is.
I've been hoarding my vitamins that she's been giving me in these little Ziploc bags, and I open up my backpack and there's like fucking 15 bags of like pills in there that I've just been throwing in my backpack and not taking them.
Yeah, you're like the mental patient that won't take his meds. He's like, I put it out on my tongue. I don't want to take it, George. I don't want to take it.
You always do that move.
I'm the
where
real man. I just take them all at once. You know, they have
when the
10
nurse
days to run.
when the nurse leaves, you like exaggerate, like spit it out with a lot of force. You're like, you could have just like put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
You spit it out so everybody can see it.
Yeah, well, that's how you end up getting shock treatment, right? When you deny your meds. Let's do this real fast. I didn't want to do this.
Okay.
We're gonna do it. We're doing it.
Do what? No.
Who are we calling?
What is that?
Oh no.
I don't know what we're calling it.
I don't think this is a good idea.
I like it.
Probably not a good idea.
We're going off script here.
Yeah, I'm going rogue. Sarah Palin.
Where the old Palin?
Oh,
She's alright.
Dylan Alaska?
She did like what was that show?
She
The
got
Masked
divorced,
Singer.
right?
She was just on The Masked Singer singing "Baby Got Back."
Oh, was she?
Oh.
Hey, Mama, it's your son. You're on the show.
Oh, hi, son. How are you?
I got to tell you, I miss you so much. I haven't seen you in like 4 months.
It hadn't been that long. It's been since the 1st of March, though.
Yeah, well, close
Oh, I
enough.
miss you all, too. I'm telling you.
I miss you so much. I just had to call and check my memory again. I do this time and time again. I call you and check my memory. Why, and did you invent the comment when you would talk about me or Dad having a towel rack?
I guess I invented that.
And what is having a towel rack mean?
It meant that you either played with yourself when you were in the tub.
Oh, God, Mom.
You
And
asked.
then when you got out for me to dry you, I told you had a towel rack and you needed not to do that.
Yeah, but I do it so much. Mama,
It's worse now than before,
Mama,
Mom.
now I can't stop. I'm towel rack for life now, Mom.
Yeah, you towel rack when you got employees and they're like, oh, they got the towel rack.
I make everybody. I make them look at the towel rack. I'm like, look at the towel
Yeah,
rack.
we put towels on it.
Yeah, I beg. Hang your towel up.
Yeah.
It's towel up.
Oh, you're so bad. You're so bad. That's the way your dad was. So bad.
What would Dad say about his towel rack?
Oh, just the same thing. You all, usually it was when you were doing your rat-a-tat things.
Let me ask you this, Carol.
Oh, you're not
because
familiar with Rat-a-tat?
my
dad and I used to run around naked holding our penises like machine guns, and we go,
Yeah, looking at me and just, really, I just turned my back on them.
And my dad would be like, communist!
I have the towel rack going on in my household with my boys.
I'm towel free in my house.
Yeah.
Oh, you got boys. Yeah, you do.
Oh, he's got all the racks.
Yeah. The other day, Tommy's like, I think there's a bone in my pee-pee.
Oh, my gosh.
I wrote that down. I'm like, that's our next shirt. Then also Max likes to hump. They like hump himself to sleep at night. And
Did I hump myself to sleep, Mama?
I don't know, honey. I don't think so.
Okay.
And
but you did look in my butt at night for worms, right?
For pinworms, yeah.
Yeah, you got to do that.
In the 80s.
I did that to my wife. She falls asleep. I get a flashlight out, look right at her butt. I'm like, no pinworms on my watch.
Yeah. Is that a thing has gone by the wayside now? Because like
What
no
happened to
doctor,
pinworms?
I've never even heard of that.
Nobody has told me to check my son's butt for worms.
I can check you for worms if you
No,
need
but
to.
I don't think it's a problem anymore. I think with the way they spray the yards and lawns and things now, there's not the problem. But when he was little, we didn't have anything done in our yard to kill critters.
Yeah.
Other than just mowing the lawn and, So he would play in the sand.
Yeah.
And that's how, that would be how you got them.
Yeah. That's I think I had a sand pile too,
Oh,
just like every
yeah.
small child.
Come on. There's a reason we're in business together. Towel racks and sand pals.
Yeah, we should come out with a sand pile shirt.
It says Florida's #1 toy. It's a pile of sand.
Yeah. But for my birthday, they get a dump truck of sand under the big tree. We have
I got
a sand pile. And
so
then,
you used to get gifts under the tree too in the front yard.
Yeah.
Well, no, it was
Well,
the
the
backyard.
sand that you
backyard,
buy
mm.
now is clean.
Oh yeah. Back then,
Yeah.
like my dad, I think
Just
my dad would
dirt.
be like, "Watch out, he's gonna get worms in his butthole." Like, put
Yeah.
a piece of tape over it. But I think it's from getting it in your mouth, actually.
Yeah, I think you eat the sand. Well, I just had to call and find out the origin story of towel rack, but I appreciate you being so candid and honest, and I love you and miss you.
I love you too. I'll see you soon.
Yes,
Carol.
ma'am. Bye, Mama.
Bye, bye, honey.
Love you. Oh, she's so
Why
sweet.
you put her through that?
Yeah.
That's-
Oh, she invented it. I didn't invent
No,
towel
no,
rack.
no.
She
but
invented
you
towel
You
rack.
have to have her talk about.
But
your
she loved it.
boner,
She loved it.
And then I feel
Talk
compelled
about your
to-
sock.
You don't need to tell her about your son's boners just because.
Yeah, well, he was trying to help me out. See, that's what business partners do.
He wants in on the boner fight.
Tom's like, he's like the reluctant soldier. He's like, God damn it, all right, oh, and he charges in. Bone to my son's boners! Holding guns. You're like, you'll go in for me.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
else we got? Anything else?
Oh,
I think that's about it.
Yeah. The only other thing I was going to talk about, like this last week's show, when they did that charity golf tournament with Brady and Tiger Woods and Manning and what's his name? The other golfer,
Phil Mickelson.
Yeah. Brady's bent down to pick up a ball and split his golf pants. And
Did his donger come out?
No, it was just his
They
butt.
made him wear like rain suit afterwards.
Yeah, he split his golf pants in the back, and at first I thought.
I'm looking at it. Hold on.
Yeah, at first I thought it was just like fake news.
Does he have a big ass?
Not really. He's just muscle ass because from working out and
Wore
stuff.
some tight ass golf pants.
And I don't know why, but anytime someone splits their pants, I find it hilarious and also embarrassing to him because he's such a high profile star and he comes off as cool. And when you split your pants, there's no way to make that cool. It's like, how you split your pants? It's like what a clown would do.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of the time Daniel
Arabian Nights.
fake split his pants at Arabian Nights, and that was what caused me to become an intern for the Monsters. I was like,
Oh my God, I want to be a split pants man. Hanging it. They put me the guy that did that is a friend of mine. He works at Universal now. He is the conductor for the Harry Potter train.
Yeah.
So he gets that's a really coveted amazing job out there. But originally working his way up, he was the genie at Arabian Nights. He played this genie that was in a lamp. So the genie was kind of like the halftime show to the horses and the knights fighting with their scimitars and stuff like that. So the genie and I were to put on the halftime show for all these people eating and
for radio promotion. Right?
Yeah, Arabian Nights was advertising with Real Radio, and they needed somebody to go out there. Nobody else could really do this because, and I'm not saying this to be mean, but the vast majority of the people that work at the radio station, or at least were on my show, were big fat slobs. So the only person that they could put in the harness to lift them up would have either been a female character who had nothing to want to do with it, she didn't want to do anything with it, or me. So I was like, okay, well, I'll do it because you got paid $150 an hour to do it.
Yeah.
So all I knew is
Sweet
that I was going to go out to Arabian Nights and get $300 on Friday night. Yeah. Not a bad gig. So they bring me to Arabian Nights, and I have to show up there, and they're like, bring 2 sets of pants. And I'm like, 2 sets of pants. So I bring 2 sets of jeans. And so one set of jeans, they had a costumer, like a seamstress, and she split them, and then she would loosely stitch them back because the way that you're in this harness and the way that it kind of comes up on your genitals when you're harnessed in, when they lift you, it kind of
parts your cheeks.
Yeah, it spreads your ass cheeks like I spread my wife's ass cheeks when I'm watching
doing anal.
when I'm watching her go inside out on my cock.
Come on.
So they so I wore the one pair of pants to the show, and then they had the other pair of pants that had been dummied or scored in wardrobe. So they do the thing. It's all fake, guys. They do the thing where the genie's out there. He's like,
What?
"Hey, is everybody having a great time at Arabian Nights? I need to pick an audience participation member. Somebody from how about this guy? Hey, aren't you? Hey, everybody, it's Dan from the Monsters of the Mind." Then they bring me out. Look up. Nobody clapped. People
are like, who? It's all tourists that have no idea. They don't listen to real radio.
They clap, but they're not clapping because they know who I am.
Monsters of the Midway.
Yeah,
the Bears, the Chicago Bears.
They're clapping because they're there and they just got off a flight from London. They're tired. They want a turkey leg and a thing of grog. So they bring me out there, and then the genie, they got me in the harness. They put the harness on me. I've got the dummy pants on. They
laughing
they make it. They do the quick switch. You come out and then they're like, we're gonna send him back and get him harnessed up because we're gonna put him on a horse. So then while he's describing me riding the horse, so I come out, I got the dummy pants on, they put me on the horse, and so the idea is for them to make me like, I'm on this like horse that's done this a million times, and the horse is gonna like do the fancy trotting.
Yeah.
And then like do like, you know, because you're dealing with these like Arabian stallions, I guess. So I'm on a wire.
The high hoof, like,
yeah, they do the high hoof. Yeah, they do like.
What are you doing, you stupid horse? Look at him walk funny.
He's walking. He's walking like he's walking on fire. Like you're an idiot. And so the dig's doing the high hoofs, and then
doing a thing.
And then they got me wired up. So then they get the horse to run through this like sort of an obstacle course, and I'm on it.
Yeah.
But the whole time I'm holding the reins. Now on the count of 3, what they did at the end is like when the horse would go to jump, I'm supposed to let go of the reins, and then they pull the cord, and then I fly up in the air, which is also hyper dangerous because it's like I'm being held there by like, you know, some fucking garbage harness they've had in place for like 35 years in this hellhole. And so they go and they pull me, and as they pull me, it parts my cheeks, and then my they made me put novelty heart boxers on.
That's where the punchline comes.
Because you got to hit him over.
Where are the heart boxers?
You got to hit him over the head, right, with the punchline. So as they hoist me up, my pants split, the heart boxers fall out. I'm flying through the air.
Every dodo laughs, including me.
Yeah, I'm humiliated.
I love it.
I'm humiliated, like to the point where then afterwards they put my real pants back on, and like nobody even questions, like, oh, your pants are totally fine now.
This is like 02, 03. It has to be because this is the very beginning incarnation,
high school.
Yeah, of Real Radio having internet because I watched this in college at the internet lab because
oh my god, and that's embarrassing.
I'm going to the Monsters website. I'm like, that day don't get the goddamn Raven I split his pants.
Yeah, so I did the old split your pants. I mean, the place went crazy. I mean, it was.
Do you ever look back at those times, Tom, and think about how dumb you were?
No, look back. I'm looking now.
I'm looking at it in the mirror.
Every morning is how he starts his day.
I just mean how, like, back in the day, there was was a little bit of a veil of the radio where people believed the bits. You know,
yeah, they did. You know, they're you know, when I told it, I mean, you can
people
tell me
still do.
You can tell me if I'm wrong, but when I told that to you. Yeah. And we were early on in our relationship. I think you mentioned to me, oh, my wife bought the feeding square for the fish. We can feed them now.
Oh, yeah.
She brought over shrimp square. So it stinks so bad. When I told you that, you were actually like kind of upset that I'd ruined the idea of the pants splitting because he kind of had believed it.
Ruins the magic.
Yeah, that was the beginning of when I learned, like, oh, you could fake all this shit. Like, no, who would know?
Yeah.
You know, like
it's all fake bullshit.
I remember. Jimmy one time he was doing a bit where he was going to go out to
TM Ranch,
and
stay out there all night,
spend the whole weekend or whatever, the whole radio bullshit. By the way, does anybody still do that? The radio bits like that anymore?
Not to that degree.
Like around the nation, not like radio.
Oh yeah, around the nation, absolutely.
They still do the same thing.
Yeah.
But I remember he was going to actually stay the night in the deer stand, and I was like, why are you actually doing this?
You should just go to the cabin and sleep.
Just go home, then come back the next day. Like,
no one's gonna know.
And then he's like, no, he's the old school.
Can't cheat the system.
He's like, no, gotta do it. If anybody found out, I'm like, no.
What are they gonna do if they found out?
Concrete Mike.
He's too busy doing anal.
He don't give a shit.
Did you hear that one? My wife is here. Did you hear we call my mom?
You almost said wife.
I know. I almost said wife. I called my mom about the towel rack, talking about boners. Is there anything Maisie's been saying lately other than I know, Dada, and giving me like straight up sass?
Oh no, she's sassy.
Yeah, she is sassy. I was sassy, but anyway, I think I think we did the Lord's work today.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah. Hey,
we'll leave the Twitch cam up and put it at a fish cam after we finish the show.
Yeah,
and,
so you guys can see the piss face, the yellow tang. He goes crazy for the shrimp.
Yeah, we put this little shrimp square in there,
His
and
teeth come out.
It dissolves, and the fish go crazy.
Oh, they go nuts. So we're going to put that on now. But hey, guys, thanks so much for listening to the show. We appreciate it. TomandDan.com for all things Tom and Dan. If you're listening to this and you're like, I think I would like to watch the video of what they do, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. You can like and subscribe that. We get money from Amazon. Cost you nothing if you have Prime. And then, of course, all of the replays of what we do, it's on the old YouTube. Search Tom and Dan Live.
And if you find that fight on YouTube with Tom and Felicia, send it to me.
Yeah, we'll put that up
there.
Yeah, it
I
is
looked
there.
for it. I can.
No, it is up there. You know who might have really good footage of that, because I think he was working at the time would be Tuttle. And apparently he saved all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
He would.
There's the YouTube video of it somewhere online on YouTube. If you,
I got to the end of the results of all the Drunky the Bear videos.
I think you'd have to type Drunky fights Felicia Spencer or something.
I typed all that, yeah.
All right. Halftime, who knows? It's not good. Just warning you.
Yeah.
Semantics.
What?
You doing a show tonight?
We're doing it tomorrow, actually, with old Grifton Jessie and her fiance Justin.
Oh,
so.
hey, guess who wants to have you help her grift a Peloton bike?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Peloton. That's it.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a big grift.
Yeah. Well, it's possible though. My friend
broken
Rebecca.
down hot tub is not a Peloton.
No.
You're gone too far, Jesse.
Here,
you want
I'm
too
going to
much.
throw it out there. Our friend Rebecca, Andrea knows exactly what I'm talking about, grifted a Peloton off of her rich friends. I hope I don't get into trouble for saying this.
Yeah, but she lucked out, though.
Yeah.
$150 for a fucking Peloton.
Yeah.
I almost shit my pants when I heard
That's
that.
a 1 in a million.
Yeah, that is a 1 in a million. Because you're never going to find, if anybody
Especially now with COVID, people want to work out in their homes.
Those dude, you can't even find workout stuff.
Those Pelotons are so coveted now. Like, who would have ever known? Yeah, I mean, like you can't get nothing there. It's
Good luck
almost
finding a
untouchable.
bicycle, let alone a Peloton.
Yeah,
correct.
Or any workout stuff. Like all
I
of
can't
that
find
everything.
weights. I've been trying to get weights. I can't find fucking free weights. I just want free weights.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to wait a few months.
Everybody, in their house, they just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get my own shit." Anyway,
Well, at least they're getting healthy. Let's see, Butler, anything to plug?
Yeah, well, two things, really. Check out my wife's practice, droctor.com, Health and Motion Chiropractic. She just expanded, so she has a whole new side to her practice, so she's taking on some more patients. And also double check and check out our ABC partner. We have a great hashtag ABC, TDABC going on, $25 gift cards given out weekly. So
and then that Catalisa Creek at Sugarworks.
Correct.
They've got the bottle, hand sanitizer, shot glass, $35.99.
But pick up some of that shark bite. You might like that. The shark bite, it's not as sweet as the other cinnamon whiskeys. It's still sweet, but it tastes more authentically cinnamon. It's not like, it doesn't taste like they
Fake
put like
syrupy.
Yeah, like cinnamon extract or some garbage in there. It tastes like really, really good. I think you'll like that. What else?
That's it.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks so much for listening. We love you. We care about you. Stay safe out there, everybody, as Tom would say, and we will see you Monday.